Hello and a very good evening, and welcome to this live broadcast once again. We are once again reporting from Kolkata, and I'm sure you must have guessed it right. What happened on Thursday, what happened on Saturday, as a follow-up to that, as a follow-up to that, this Monday we are back right outside the Chief Minister's residence in Kolkata, in Kalighat, and because there, don't call Shumon, please. Don't call Shumon. Sorry for the technical glitch. Welcome back and welcome to this live broadcast from Kolkata. We are reporting from Kolkata and we are reporting from outside the residence of Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee here in Kalighat. What you have followed on Thursday, what you have done a follow up on Saturday, in a follow up, in a continuation of that same coverage, we are reporting once again from Kolkata, and of course, we are keeping our eyes glued on what transpires on this Monday evening. This Monday evening, as it comes in a follow-up to Thursday and Saturday, all eyes are on the very basic fact as whether this would be a fruitful meeting, if the meeting would happen at all, what could transpire out of this meeting, and will the deadlock finally end. To begin with, we have followed as how the kind of exchange of mails had happened on Thursday. We have also followed as how the exchange of emails happened on Saturday, and Monday was no different. Monday was no different because once again, exchange of emails happened between the state government of Mamata Banerjee and of course the junior doctors, the protesting doctors. Today, this Monday, the first email was sent by the chief secretary once again. First email was sent by the Chief Secretary once again, inviting the junior doctors to come on the talking table. We would go back to as what happened on Thursday. We would go back to what happened on Saturday. But first thing first, what happened on Monday afternoon? Monday afternoon, this is the letter which was sent by the Chief Secretary. This is the email that was sent by the Chief Secretary, and this email was sent to the protesting junior doctors. And in this email, the junior doctors were once again invited for talks. But was it a mere invitation? The answer is a big no. This invitation for talks were also there with a caveat, and the caveat was loud and clear. Fifth and final invite. If I can go through this email that was sent by the Chief Secretary to the junior doctors, it clearly said, in view of the Honorable Supreme Court order dated 9th of September 2024, directing junior doctors to resume duties by 5 p.m. on 10th of September 2024, it is our bounden duty as law-abiding citizens to follow and adhere to the Apex Court's directive. This is the fifth and final time we are reaching out to you for a meeting between the Honorable Chief Minister and your delegates. In line with your discussion from the day before, we are once again inviting you to a meeting with the Honorable Chief Minister at her Kalighat residence for a discussion with an open mind. We trust that good sense will prevail, and as mutually agreed, and as per your statement to the media day before, there will be no live streaming or videography of the meeting, given that the matter is sub judice in the highest court of the country. Instead, the minutes of the meeting will be recorded and signed by both parties. The meeting is scheduled for 5 p.m. today, that is 16th of September 2024, as the Honorable Chief Minister's Kalighat residence. The same delegation which came for the last discussion is requested to arrive at the venue at 4:45 p.m. today. We look forward to your positive response and a productive and fruitful discussion. So this was the first email that was sent by the Chief Secretary to the junior doctors. Did the junior doctors respond to it? The answer is a yes. The junior doctors did respond to this email, and I'm sorry I do not have a printout of that, but I would definitely read out the excerpts of that very letter. So this is what the junior doctors had replied as. We had already started from office, and that's the reason I could not take a printout. It says, "Respected sir, we are happy to receive your email for discussing this matter in the wake of public interest. As law abiding citizens, we are more than willing to join you for today's meeting, but it would be really appreciated if the place of the meeting could have been an official and administrative place, as this matter is related to governance. We would like to reiterate that after the last proposed meeting, two significant developments happened. Arrest of Shondeep Ghosh in the case related to rape and murder of Abhaya, arrest of Tala Police Station OC in the case related to the rape and murder of Abhaya. These two new developments increase the significance of transparency of the meeting even more than before. We would like to emphasize on videography of the meeting by a separate videographer by both the parties, if not possible from your side. Entire video file of the meeting to be handed over to the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front representatives immediately after the meeting. If not possible from your side, minutes with full transcript of the meeting to be recorded and formulated by both the parties, including West Bengal Junior Doctors Front, will bring their own minutes and transcript takers for the meeting and duly signed by all attendees and handed over at the end of the meeting as stated by Honorable Chief Minister previously. Please consider the above points for the meeting for the 5 point demands. If you are in agreement from your side, kindly respond to this mail at the earliest. We are eagerly waiting for a positive response from your side. Did you play that? Okay. So that was the response from the junior doctors to the email that was sent by the Chief Secretary today. Did it get over there? The answer is a no. The Chief Secretary had then sent another email. Again, I don't have a printout of that, but this is the Chief Secretary's response. This is the Chief Secretary's response to the email. This is the Chief Secretary's response to the email, and the Chief Secretary writes, "Dear junior doctors, we request with respect to the para 3 in your above referenced mail, as mentioned in my previous email, the representatives of both the parties will sign the minutes at the end of the meeting, and copies will be shared with each party to ensure clarity and agreement on the discussions. Yours sincerely, Dr. Manoj Pant, the Chief Secretary of the State." So once again, the state has responded to their email and said that minutes of the meeting would be taken and minutes of the meeting would be duly signed by both sides. Copies would be given. Did it get over this? The answer is a no. There was another email that was sent by the junior doctors in response to this very email. It says, "Respected sir, thank you for your response. We would like to reiterate that as per para point number 3 of our email sent at 3:53 on 16th of August, 16th of September 2024, we would like to emphasize that West Bengal Junior Doctors Front representatives are ready for the meeting with two professional transcript writers from our side for minute and transcript taking for the entire meeting, and it should be duly signed by all the attendees, which shall be handed over to West Bengal Junior Doctors Front representatives immediately at the end of the meeting. We ready for the meeting at the earliest, and we are anticipating your cooperation. So basically, after four emails, two from either side, after the exchange of communications from the either side, the agreement is the meeting would happen. The question is, when will this meeting happen? Because the chief secretary had invited for the meeting at 5 p.m., but then it's already 5:40, and the doctors have probably just started. The doctors have also issued a press statement, and we would be playing that sound bite. We would be playing that sound bite of the junior doctors as they had agreed for the meeting. So we are just getting for that sound bite to be curated and, of course, treated. So the junior doctors, before leaving, they had issued a statement, and we would be playing that sound bite. But then it is clear that junior doctors would be coming down for the meeting. Mind it, the meeting was for 5 p.m. It's already 5:41, and the meeting has not started because the junior doctors haven't arrived as yet. It is quite interesting that be it Thursday, be it Saturday, or be it Monday today, the junior doctors have certainly not adhered to the time because they are quite far away from here, and the communication, the exchange of that had consumed most of the time or both the sides. We have seen just a short while back, the Chief Secretary and the Home Secretary have come down. They have come down to the residence of the Chief Minister, and of course, they are ready for the meeting from their side. They are maintaining they have been ready for the meeting from their side, both on Thursday, on Saturday, and they are also ready now. Now they are waiting for the junior doctors to come. While the state government had made it very clear that there will be no live streaming of the meeting, that there will be no video recording of the meeting, citing that the matter is sub judice, but you have seen as how live streaming, as a matter of fact, had been a point of contention, be it on Thursday or on Saturday. In fact, on Saturday, the junior doctors had come down at the Chief Minister's residence, yet they did not walk inside because they were firm on their demand that the meeting be video recorded or it be live streamed. Eventually, they had relented. By then, 3 hours had passed by, and the Chief Minister had decided, and the state had decided. The time had gone off after waiting for 3 hours, and thus the meeting was not possible on Saturday evening. But before we progress any further, this is what the junior doctors had said today after the exchange of communications happened between both the sides.
রাজ্য বিবরণী যা আলোচনা হবে সেই লিপিবদ্ধ হবে এবং দুই পক্ষের তাদের দিক থেকে যে মিনিটস থাকবে রাজ্য প্রশাসকের পক্ষ থেকে তারা সেটা নেবে, আমাদের দিক থেকে যেটা সেটা আমাদের কাছে থাকবে এবং দুজন প্রফেশনাল স্টেনোগ্রাফার তার জন্য আমরা নিয়ে যাচ্ছি, তারা এটা লিপিবদ্ধ করবে। লিপিবদ্ধ করার পর সবটা পুরোটা দেখে নেওয়া হবে, দেখে দুই পক্ষের সিগনেচার তাতে থাকবে, সবার সিগনেচার তাতে থাকবে। এটাই আপাতত আমরা ঠিক করেছি। তাদের পক্ষ থেকে আমাদের দিক থেকে আমাদের মেল আমরা পাঠিয়ে দিয়েছি।
কলকাতা টিভি
মুখ্য সচিব যে
ক্লারিফিকেশনের মেলটা আবার পাঠাতে হলো কেন?
না, আমরা যেটা বলতে চাইছি যে আমাদের দিক থেকে যে স্টেনোগ্রাফার থাকবে, দুজন স্টেনোগ্রাফার থাকবে, এইটা আমরা জানাতে পারি, এইটা আমরা জানিয়ে রেখেছি। এবার ওনাদের দিক থেকে যদি সদর্থক স্টেপ আসে তাহলে আমরা যাচ্ছি।
আমরা ওখানে মূলত আমাদের যে 5 দফা দাবি সেইগুলো নিয়ে কথা বলবো। কোনো রকম নেগোসিয়েশন বা কম্প্রোমাইজের জায়গায় আমরা থাকবো না। আমরা আমাদের দাবিগুলো নিয়ে যদি আমরা মনে করি যে আলোচনা সদর্থক হয়নি, তাহলে আমরা ফিরে এসে আমাদের জিবি করে মাসের সাথে কথা বলে আমরা আমাদের পরবর্তী সিদ্ধান্ত জানাবো। না, ওখানে আমরা কোনো সিজ ওয়ার্ক রিলেটেড বা আন্দোলন অবস্থান বিক্ষোভ রিলেটেড কোনো সিদ্ধান্ত জানিয়ে আসবো না। কোনো কথা আমরা ওখানে
বলছি আমাদের দিক থেকে দুজন প্রফেশনাল স্টেনোগ্রাফার থাকবে।
সেই দাবিতে কিন্তু আমরা অনড় আছি এখনো, যে আমরা লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং করে মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর রেসিডেন্ট কালীঘাটে আমরা গিয়েছিলাম এবং সেখানে আমরা আমাদের ওই অনড় জায়গাটা দেখিয়েছিলাম। এটা আপনারা সবাই জানেন। সেটাও যেমন ঠিক, সেদিক দিয়ে আজকের আমাদের আবার মেল করা হয়েছে, আমরা সেই মেলের উত্তর দিয়েছি এবং আমরা আজকের যে জায়গাতে দাঁড়িয়েছি সেটা হলো আমরা দুদিক দিয়ে মিটিংটা আমরা চাই এবং সত্য যাতে বেরিয়ে আসে, এই জন্য আমরা কিছু পাই না। আমরা আজকের যে জায়গায় দাঁড়িয়েছি আমাদের প্রফেশনাল স্টেনোগ্রাফার নিয়ে আমরা যাবো মাইনরিটি অফ দ্য মিটিং এর প্রত্যেকটা ওয়ার্ড ওখানে সুন্দর করে লেখা হবে এবং দুটো দিকের যারা মিটিং এ থাকবে সবার সিগনেচার থাকবে। এই জিনিসটা নিয়েই তবে আমরা আজকে ফিরবো। আমরা প্রথম থেকে যে যুদ্ধটা করে আসছি, কোনোভাবে কেউ এটা মনে করবেন না যে সে যুদ্ধ থেকে আমরা এক পাও পিছিয়ে আছি। আমরা কিন্তু সেই যুদ্ধে করব ন্যায় বিচারের লড়াই, এবং সেই ন্যায় বিচারের লড়াই থেকে আমরা দেখতে চাই যে ওনারা এই ন্যায় বিচারের লড়াইকে কত দূর নিয়ে যেতে পারেন। সেই ন্যায় বিচারের লড়াইয়ে ডাক দিয়েই আমরা যাচ্ছি। বন্ধুরা, আপনারা সবাই আমাদের সাথে আছেন এবং আমরা কোন রকম কোন সিদ্ধান্ত ওখানে নেব না। এখানে এসে সবার সাথে কথা বলে আমরা সমস্ত সিদ্ধান্ত নেব। তাতে যদি আন্দোলন আরো তীব্র থেকে তীব্রতর হয়,
heard what the doctors had said, and the doctors have made it very clear that while they would be attending the meeting, they would also want 2 stenographers from their side to take the minutes of the meeting. And obviously, their point of highlight is that there had been 2 developments after Saturday. It is a fact. It is a fact. It is a fact that on Saturday evening, as the doctors had come down and the meeting never happened, amidst that same period in time, the officer in charge of Tala police station, Abhijit Mondal, was arrested by the CBI. And the allegations against Abhijit Mondal, who is of Kolkata police, that Abhijit Mondal had allegedly conspired along with Shondip Ghosh, could have allegedly destroyed evidences, could have allegedly faltered in his own duties, and could have done so in order to protect Sanjay Roy, or could be there to protect more people. So obviously, after that development, minded Shondip Ghosh too has been re-arrested rather, in that very case. So Shondip Ghosh has been re-arrested. OC of Tala police station has been arrested by the CBI in connection with the brutal rape and murder of the 31-year-old junior doctor of Archicor Medical College and Hospital. So obviously, at this point in time, the junior doctors are saying that after this development, highlighting their distrust once again, they want their stenographer to take the note of the meeting. And it seems like the state government, because they have not replied to that last email as yet, it seems like they would be allowed, because last time too, while the chief secretary had said that 15 people would be allowed, but then about 34 doctors had come down and all were allowed to go inside. They were all called in, but they did not walk in, primarily over the disagreement over the live streaming factor. So obviously, at this point in time, where the anticipation is building as whether the meeting would finally happen or not, as whether the meeting would finally end a deadlock. But the fact of the matter is, unless the meeting starts, like Thursday and like Saturday, it would be absolutely impossible for us to confirm if the meeting is happening, or if the meeting would happen, or if the meeting would end into any kind of a result. Either positive or adverse comes much later. But at this juncture, the suspense is building on as whether this Monday would be any different from Thursday and Saturday. We have tried doing a recap of what really happened on Thursday and Saturday. We have tried doing a timeline of what really happened on Thursday and Saturday, starting from the invitation that was sent on Thursday, from doctors going for the meeting at the Secretariat in Novanno, yet the meeting never happened. And of course, we had seen the kind of emails which were exchanged between both the sides. So overall, at this point in time, while the suspense is building up for Monday's meeting, and the suspense is building up for Monday's meeting, but it is very important to highlight. It is very important to highlight as what really happened on Thursday and what really happened on Saturday. And before I go back to my chain of thoughts and kind of form them again, collect myself better and come back to the live, Here's what happened on Thursday and Saturday. Here's a quick recap of what happened on Thursday and Saturday and why this suspense is so intriguing, shaping up this very Monday evening. Here's a quick recap. This is the first letter, first communication, and it was sent at 6:12 p.m. on Tuesday. So basically, they were expected to come down, to Novanno and meet with senior government officials. Second chain of communication. The second chain of communication comes from Chief Secretary in response to the email that was sent at 3:49 a.m. early on Wednesday morning. A response went from the Chief Secretary on Wednesday afternoon. Protesting junior doctors for the first time have come down for a meeting with the state chief minister, Mamta Banerjee, along with senior officials. Yes, you heard it right. For the past 2 days and plus, there had been a dharna going on outside the health headquarters of the state, that is Shastro Bhavan in Sorle. The meeting has not started. The Chief Secretary is holding a press conference, possibly is highlighting this. Please watch this visual carefully. The Chief Minister is waiting and the meeting has not started. It is
माननीय मुख्यमंत्री ওনাকে সবাইকে সময় দিয়েছিলেন। মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্রী 5টা শিফট থেকে অপেক্ষা করছেন। এখন উনি নন্দা সভাগারে ওয়েট করছেন যাতে ওরা ডিসকাশনের জন্য ঘুরতে আসো। তো ওদের একটা ইস্যু আছে যেটা ওরা বলছে কি মিটিংয়ে লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং করতে হবে। আমরা আমাদের চিঠির মাধ্যমে জানিয়েছিলাম যে এটা লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং হবে না, আমরা এই ভিডিও রেকর্ডিং করবো যাতে এটা ভালো করে ডকুমেন্টেড থাকে।
মানুষের আবেগের কাছে আমি বলবো, আমি ক্ষমা চাইছি আপনাদের কাছে। আপনারাও আশায় ছিলেন আজকে সমস্যাটা সমাধান হয়ে যাবে। আমি 2 ঘন্টা বসে আছি, আমি 3 দিন ধরে বসে আছি। আমি শুধু একা নই, আমার সাথে হাইয়েস্ট অফিসিয়ালরা, আমরা প্রথম দিন থেকেই চেষ্টা করে যাচ্ছি। উই ট্রাইড আওয়ার বেস্ট। এরপরে আশা করি জনগণ আমাকে ক্ষমা করবেন আমার এই কটি কথা বলার জন্য। আমাদের নামে আমাকে অনেক অসম্মান করা হয়েছে। মানুষ এসেছিলেন বিচার চাইতে তিলোত্তমার, কিন্তু আশা করি মানুষ বুঝতে পারছেন ওরা বিচার চায় না, ওরা চায় চেয়ার। আমি মানুষের স্বার্থে এমনকি নিজে পদত্যাগ করতেও রাজি আছি। আমার মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর পদ চাই না, কিন্তু আমি চাই মানুষ বিচার পাক, তিলোত্তমা বিচার পাক, আর সাধারণ মানুষ চিকিৎসা পাক। আর তা না হলে কিন্তু আপনাদেরও যেমন আন্দোলন আছে, পরিবারগুলো যদি আমাদের কাছে কৈফিয়ত চাই, আমাদেরও তো কৈফিয়ত দিতে হবে। আমরা তার জন্য তৈরি থাকবো।
আমি বিশ্বাস করি যে পশ্চিমবঙ্গের যেসব সাধারণ মানুষরা আমাদের এই বক্তব্য এখন দেখছেন, তারা যদি দেখেন তারা বুঝতে পারবেন যে এর মধ্যে কোনো ইগো নেই, এর মধ্যে কোনো জেদ নেই, এর মধ্যে কোনো সরকার চেয়ার ফেলে দেওয়ার কোনো সুপ্ত বাসনা নেই, এর মধ্যে কোনো অহংকার নেই, কোনো ঔদ্ধত্য নেই। এই মুহূর্তে মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায় এসে পৌঁছালেন।
আপনাদের দিদি হিসেবে আপনাদের কাছে আমি অনুরোধ করতে এসেছি, মুখ্যমন্ত্রী হিসেবে বলতে আসিনি, আমি আপনাদের দিদি হিসেবে বলতে এসেছি। যাতে আপনারা না ভাবেন হ্যাঁ আমি চিফ মিনিস্টার আছি, আমি একটা পার্টিও বিলংস করি, কিন্তু আপনাদের কাছে এসছি যদি বলেন অ্যাজ এ চিফ মিনিস্টার, অ্যাজ এ এল্ডার সিস্টার, এবং আপনাদের এবং সমসাথী।
তিন থেকে 3.5 ঘন্টা ওয়েট করেছি। বারবার এসে বলা হয়েছে, আমরা এখানে যাওয়ার আগে কিন্তু বলে গেছিলাম যে আমাদের মেলে লেখা আছে, যে মেলটা আমরা পাঠ করে গেছিলাম, যে আমরা 5 দফা দাবি নিয়ে আলোচনা করব এবং ট্রান্সপারেন্সি এবং স্বচ্ছভাবে আলোচনা করব। আমরা যাওয়ার আগে বলে গেছিলাম ওখানে গিয়ে আমরা আলোচনা করব যে স্বচ্ছতার মানে ওনাদের কাছে কি।
Junior doctors would be coming down. They have already started from Salt Lake and they would be coming down to the Chief Minister's residence. And there would be a meeting between the Chief Minister and the junior doctors. Well, the meeting was expected on Thursday. It did not happen. It did not happen because of the issue. It actually became a contentious one as live streaming would be allowed or not. The bus has come in and there you see the bus has come in, okay, and the bus would be going inside. So look there, all the doctors are now going inside one after the other. All the doctors are going inside one after the other, as you see.
Currently, the representatives of the delegation from the West Bengal's Junior Doctors Front has gone in to hold the much anticipated talk with West Bengal Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee. The talks come after Mamta Banerjee made a surprise visit today to Shastro Bhavan in the morning, and she said she comes there from the capacity of not a chief minister but as their Didi, which essentially means as their older sister, and advised them to get back to their work. And she also assured them.
So the meeting has not started. The meeting between the junior doctors and the Chief Minister has not started, and it seems like it is once again on the issue of live streaming.
আমাদের প্রতি মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর অবিশ্বাসের কোনো ব্যাপার নেই, বা সাধারণ মানুষের প্রতি মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর কোনো অবিশ্বাসের ব্যাপার নেই। এটা আমাদের প্রতি, আমাদের যে ডক্টরি মাস, যারা ডাক্তারি জনতা, যারা এখন এই মুহূর্তে স্বাস্থ্য ভবনের সামনে রাস্তায় বসে আছে, তাদের কাছে জবাব দেওয়ার জন্য যে আমরা কি কথা বলেছি, এই উত্তরটি অত্যন্ত প্রয়োজন।
Chief Minister has also gone and spoken to the junior doctors. I can confirm the junior doctors are actually waiting right outside the entrance of the residence of of the Chief Minister.
আমি তোমাদের বলি, আমি হাত জোর করে বলছি, যদি আজকে প্লিজ এসো, কিন্তু তোমরা ভিজো না, তোমাদের অসুখ করলে আমার খারাপ লাগবে, প্লিজ এসো, অন্তত মিটিং না করো, তোমরা আমার কাছে এক কাপ চা খেয়ে যাও।
The residence of the Chief Minister and the doctors are now coming out. The bus is also taking its position. As you see, the bus would now be taking its position and all the doctors are expected to go board the bus and go back. You watched a quick recap of what really happened. I'm not smiling, I'm not laughing, I'm just giving you an update as what really happened on Thursday and Saturday. Right behind me is the gate of Kalighat Temple, and of course, like we showed you on Saturday, the setup is almost the same. Of course, exactly like Saturday, the setup is absolutely the same. The meeting is expected to happen at the residence of the Chief Minister. The sound of dhak that you get to hear literally floating in the air, it's because of Vishwakarma Pujo, which is tomorrow. And here at this very juncture, you have the Potters Colony where the idols are basically sold. So people have come in, there is a different crowd altogether. I get to see Vishwakarma idols all across. And why am I referring to that? Because Vishwakarma God is known as the God of craftsmen. Vishwakarma God is known as one who engineers, devices, mechanisms. Vishwakarma God is known as the God who devises weapons for all the gods. At this point in time, it seems like we need Vishwakarma, Lord Vishwakarma, to innovate, devise a mechanism and a weapon so that this deadlock can end. Because mind it, both sides, the state government and at the same time the junior doctors are in agreement that they want this deadlock to end. So where is the hit? The hit so far has been quote unquote on the issue of live streaming. While there had been slight budging off from the position from live streaming to video recording, again, that was not allowed on Saturday. And again, that as a weapon, in a way, spoiled the meeting. So at this juncture, the anticipation which is building up is on the meeting. If it would happen, when would it would happen, and what would transpire out of the meeting is something which is actually keeping everyone on the hook. And of course, like I said, there is no such show called Sunday suspense anymore. You had a Thursday suspense, you had a Saturday suspense, you had a dead on Sunday, and now you have Monday suspense. And just to give you a sense of the place, let me lift the camera stand and give you a sense of the location. This is Kalighat, and over here there is a barricading done for media people on either side of the road, and this road essentially takes you inside the chief minister's residence. The entire bandobast that you get to see are police people trying to ensure that the crowd can be kept at a place and kept in bay, and all this movement indicate that the movement of the doctors have started. So the doctors would be coming down, their bus would be coming down at this very spot very shortly, and like we had seen on Saturday, they would be getting off the bus and then they would be walking down. They would be walking down inside this very lane which houses the chief minister's residence. It is called it is called the Boris Charity Street. Some bystanders have also come by. Onlookers have stood by, and they are being kept at a corner so that doctors can be given a space. Doctors can be given a space to kind of walk inside. So at this point in time, yes, the arrangements indicate that the doctors have started already, and they will be coming down here any moment. And of course, thereafter, what happens again, we have to wait and see. We have shown you the exchange of emails, and the emails indicate that there is an agreement. Eventually, there is an agreement which indicates that minutes of the meeting would be taken by both the sides. That the doctors would also be trying to go inside with their two set of stenographers. They would be taking the minutes of the meeting, and thereafter, both sides, all the attendees would be signing on the minutes of the meeting, as they say, for the sake of transparency, which is, of course, a departure from the initial demand of live streaming, a demand which, in a way, in a way, washed out Thursday's meeting. A same demand which, in a way, also came in the way of Saturday's meeting. And also, we had seen there was a departure from live streaming, and the demand then converted into a video recording of the meeting. So, so at this point in time, we do get to see the crowd which has built up. They are also waiting to see as whether the doctors actually come down and the doctors finally go inside. This kind of anticipation we have been seeing since Thursday, as finally, if they would go inside the meeting room, if the meeting would finally happen. But you have seen both on Thursday and on Saturday, the meeting literally getting washed away. Also, not to discount the fact that on Friday, as a hyphen, I beg your pardon, on Saturday, as a hyphen between Thursday and Saturday's potential meeting, what happened was the chief minister's surprise visit at the dharna site in Salt Lake. Now, the junior doctors had been on a dharna for the past 7 days, and they had been demanding a resolution. They had been demanding a resolve to their queries and their demands. And unless the demands are met, they had said they will not get back to their duties. So obviously, for the past 7 days, as far as the protest demonstration is concerned, it had been on outside Shastro Bhavan, the health headquarters of the state of West Bengal. And over there, the doctors had been holding their demonstration. So on Saturday, the doctors were holding the demonstration of the chief minister without letting anyone know, without anyone having any hint or inkling. She straight away walked into the protest site and she met with the junior doctors. Of course, the meeting did not happen per se, like where she gets to meet everyone individually, but she visited the protest demonstration site, and over there she once again appealed junior doctors to get back to their duties, and also had urged them to come on a talking table, and also had suggested that she had gone there not as the chief minister but as their elder sister, as Didi, as she's popularly called, and she had also suggested that that the that the that that the the junior doctors resume their duty, and also in a way have some trust on the government and on her. She also said the demands would be studied and eventually a decision would be taken. She sought more time, but obviously that did not really cut the ice entirely, because after that we had seen as how the junior doctors had reached out to the chief minister, saying that they were extremely moved by the exceptional goodwill of the chief minister for having visited the protest site, and thereafter, they had also clarified they wanted a meeting. So yes, the meeting was agreed upon, but eventually the meeting could not happen because of disagreement over the very fact that the meeting has to be live streamed, which eventually turned out to be a request for video recording of that very meeting. Well, because both the requests were denied and dismissed. That's the reason the meeting did not really happen. We have also seen videos which had emerged on Saturday, and I hope we are playing those videos, where the chief minister had come out of her residence. It was pouring heavily, and obviously the chief minister had tried reaching out to the junior doctors, also said that in folded hands, I'm trying to appeal to you that come for the meeting, and the junior doctors in response to had in folded hands appealed that their demands be met, especially for the sake of larger transparency, that the meeting be video recorded and the meeting be live streamed. So obviously we have seen what has happened in Saturday, and the meeting and 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 at this point in time, as we see that there are onlookers who have come down, and they are all standing here. Of course, there are some tempers also high. People are trying to kind of question the police. I don't know really why, but uh, but at this juncture, we do get to see the preparation is on, and the preparation is of indication that the meeting, in all likeness, like it happened on Thursday and Saturday, there is a possibility for the meeting to happen. So obviously at this juncture, we do get to see there is some amount of chaos, and we will try and we will try and go back to one of the excerpts of the Chief Minister's soundbite from Saturday. We will try and play it because we are still waiting for the junior doctors to come. As soon as the junior doctors come, we will cut to those visuals. But the visuals are of an indication as far as the preparation is concerned. It is on, and the preparations are of an indication that the bus would be coming down any moment. So let's go back to that excerpt of the Chief Minister's soundbite, and the moment the bus comes, we will cut to that visual live full frame.
প্লিজ তোমাদের ছাতা দেওয়া হয়েছে, তোমরা ভিতরে যাবো, তোমাদের বসতেও জায়গা দেওয়া হচ্ছে। দেখো, আমি তোমাদের এখনো হাত জোর করে বলছি, আমি তোমাদের বলছি যে তোমরা একটা কাজ করো। আমিও কিন্তু 2 ঘন্টা তোমাদের জন্য অপেক্ষা করছি। তোমাদের প্রত্যেকে ছাতা দেওয়া হয়েছে, সামনে বসার ব্যবস্থা করা হয়েছে। তোমরা ভিজবে না, আমার এটা অনুরোধ থাকলো। কেন ভিজছো? তোমাদের জন্য আমি তো জায়গা করে রেখেছি। আর আমি আবার বলি, তোমাদের চিঠিতেও কোথাও লাইভ স্ট্রিমিংয়ের কথা লেখা নেই, আমাদের চিঠিতেও লেখা নেই। আমরা টোটালটাই রেকর্ড করে রাখছি এবং তোমাদের শেয়ার করবো আমরা মিনিটস, এবং এটা আমরা কেউই রিলিজ এখন করবো না, যেহেতু কোর্টে কেস চলছে। আমরা এটা সময় মতো কোর্টের কেসটা একটু শেষ হয়ে গেলে তোমাদের দিয়ে দেবো। তোমাদের কেউ একদিন ওয়াচ করতে পারো যে আমরা টোটালটাই রেকর্ড করবো, নিশ্চিন্তে থাকো, এইটুকু আমার প্রতি ভরসা রাখতে পারো। তোমাদের মিসলিড করবো না, তোমাদের কোনো করবো না। তোমরা কেন ভিড়বে? আমি 2 ঘন্টা তোমাদের জন্য দাঁড়িয়ে আমিও ভিড়ছি। আমার চিফ সেক্রেটারি, আমার ডিজি পুলিশ, আমার আইবি হেড, আমার হোম সেক্রেটারি নন্দিনী, আমরা সবাই ওয়েট করছি। তোমাদের সকলকে ছাতা দিয়েছে এই কারণে যে তোমরা যাতে না ভেজো, এবং তোমাদের বসবার জন্য পাশে অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্ট করা আছে। তোমরা অন্তত মিটিং না করে এক কাপ চা খেয়ে যাও। এসো না, আসছো না কেন, ভেতরে ঢুকছো না কেন?
আমাদের আমাদের ওই ভিডিওটা আমরা যদি নিয়ে না যেতে পারি, যারা আমাদের এই যে আমরা জিজ্ঞেস করেন ম্যাডাম আমরা কেন দিচ্ছি, কারণ ম্যাডাম আমাদের যারা এখন ওখানে আমাদের ব্যাটসম্যানরা বন্ধুরা।
শোনো, আমি একটা কথা বলি, তারা তো তোমাদের ট্রাস্ট করে পাঠিয়েছে, তোমাদের আসার কথা ছিল 15 জন, তোমরা এসছো 40 জন। একটা লোকের বাড়িতে তুমি বলো 40 জনের কি বসার জায়গা থাকতে পারে? তা সত্ত্বেও তোমরা ছোটরা এসছো, আমি তোমাদের জন্য সব অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্ট করে রেখেছি। প্লিজ এসো তোমরা, আমি তোমাদের অনুরোধ করবো তোমরা এসো। যদি মিটিং করতে ইচ্ছে না করে তোমরা একটা চা খেয়ে যাও, এবং দরকারে তোমরা যারা ভিজেছো, আমার কাছে কাপড় জামা আছে, আমি তোমাদের দিয়ে দিচ্ছি। জামা কাপড় প্রচুর, তোমরা তোমরা ভিজো না, এটা তোমাদের কাছে আমার রিকোয়েস্ট থাকবে। তোমরা আমার সাথে কথা বলবে বলেছিলে বলেই কিন্তু আমার ডাকা। দেখো তোমার আজকে কিন্তু অনুরোধ তোমাদের কাছ থেকে এসেছিল, কারণ আমি ওখানে যাওয়ার পর সেখানে কোথাও লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং এর কথা লেখা ছিল না, এবং আমরাও লিখিনি, তোমরাও লেখনি। সেদিনকে তোমরা লিখেছিলে, তা সত্ত্বেও তোমরা তো বুঝবে এখানে একটা সিকিউরিটির ব্যাপারও আছে। লক্ষ্মী ভাই বোনেরা আমার, তোমরা মানুষের স্বার্থে এসো, এবং তোমরা আমার সাথে কথা না বলতে পারো, তোমরা একটা চা খেয়ে যাও। আমি তো তোমাদের বলেছি, যেহেতু কোর্টে ব্যাপারটা বিচারাধীন আছে, তোমাদের মিনিটস আমি করে দেবো, মিটিং এর মিনিটস করে দেবো। পুরো ভিডিও আমি আজকে দিতে পারবো না, আমি মিনিটস করে দেবো। ভাই তোমরা ঠিক করো, তোমরা যদি কেউ আসতে চাও আমি সবাইকে বলবো, যারা যারা আসতে চান তারা দয়া করে আসুন। তাহলে আপনারা যদি নাই এসে বাড়িতে মিটিং করেন, তাহলে আপনারা আমাকে চিঠি দিলেন কেন? এত অসম্মান কেন করছেন? অনেক অসম্মান করছেন আপনারা। আগেও 3 দিন আমি 2 ঘন্টা করে অপেক্ষা করেছি, আমি যার জন্য আপনাদের কাছে নিজে ছুটে গিয়েছিলাম। প্লিজ এইটুকু রেসপেক্ট তো দেবেন। আমি তো আমারও দৌড়াত আছে তোমাদের জন্য। আমি তোমাদের বলছি, শুনো, তোমরা ছোট, আমি বড়, কিন্তু মনে রেখো আমি আন্দোলন করার লোক, আমি আন্দোলনকে মর্যাদা দিতে জানি। তাই তোমাদের কাছে তোমরা আসার আগে আমি ছুটে গিয়েছিলাম। তোমাদের আমি বলছি, কেউ কেউ আমি জানি না কারা এর মধ্যে আছো কারা নেই, কিন্তু আমি তোমাদের সবাইকেই বলবো, ফরগেট পলিটিক্স, মানুষের স্বার্থে এসো, কথা বলো। আমি তোমাদের দেখো, যদি তোমরা কথা বলতে না চাও তাহলে তোমাদের বলবো তোমরা বুঝো না।
I just said please come back.
আমরা আসছো না কেন? তোমরা ভিডিও কথা দেখোনি? কনফারেন্স থাকবে, নোট মিনিটস করে দেবো, মিনিটস করে মিনিট সই করে দেবো। আমাদের গভর্নমেন্টের পক্ষ থেকেও সই করবে, তোমাদের পক্ষ থেকেও একজন সই করবে।
So you heard what the Chief Minister said, and you are just cutting away from that very speech because this is the moment that we all been waiting for. The bus is about to be here, and the bus is almost here. I'll take charge of my little stand, and of course, the doctors are on their way. There you see the visuals. That's the bus of the doctors, and they are almost here. There's a police convoy that has brought in the bus, and the bus would now be taken straight. There you see. The doctors have now come down. The bus is here. The doctors are there inside, and the doctors have come down. So all the doctors have now come down. Like last time, it seems like about 35, 34 people have come down. And sir, কত জন এসেছেন আপনারা? How many? 30 এর বেশি. 30 এর বেশি. All right. So more than 30 people have come down. That's what they are saying. The doctor's bus is here, and the bus would now be going inside. The bus would be going inside, and the bus would be going inside, I guess. Yes. Over there, you see the bus has now been taken inside. So the bus would be going straight inside. That wasn't the scene last time. Because you had seen last time, the bus was literally stopped at the very entrance of Kalighat, Horish Chatterjee Street, and the junior doctors were made to walk from here. But then today we get to see The junior doctors did not get off from here. The junior doctors bus has now been taken inside. So the junior doctors who have come down for the meeting, they have come down and they will now be going inside. It seems like it has been strategically done because there was a gathering out here, and obviously they were here to kind of greet the junior doctors. Who they are, their identity is not well established, their identity is not well known, and that's the reason not really taking any chance. You have taken the visuals. Okay, so Titash, my colleague, she has also taken some visuals and she has already sent them. So the bus has now come down. It is 6:17. The meeting was supposed to happen at 5 o'clock. It's 6:17. 10 minutes, 13 minutes to go for 6:30, and the bus has come down. So roughly about 30. I spoke to one of the doctors. He did not issue any statement, obviously, and the junior doctor said that there are about 30 people who have come down, and they have just been taken inside. They have been taken inside. The bus in entirety has gone inside. Minded, this is the very lane which takes you inside the Horish Chatterjee Street, and 30 the chief minister's residence is on Horish Chatterjee Street. So obviously that is a highly secured zone, and vehicles from outside without proper clearance, they do not really go inside. Yeah, local vehicles they do, but vehicles, especially if I come with my vehicle, I will not be taken inside. I will not be allowed to take my car inside immediately unless I have security clearances, and my vehicle also has a security clearance. But today it seems like the arrangement that was done by police, that the junior doctors as they come, they on their very bus together would be going inside the Horish Chatterjee Street, and that's exactly what has happened. Now, yes, today is the third time. Today is the third time where the junior doctors have come down for a meeting. Let's come this side. Today is the third time when the junior doctors have come down for the meeting. We have seen there was a possibility of a meeting of this kind on Thursday, but the meeting never happened because they were firm on their demand as far as live streaming is concerned. We have seen a similar possibility emerge on Saturday after the Chief Minister's surprise visit. Again, it got washed away over the same demand, which is live streaming and, if not live streaming, then video recording of the very meeting. Again, the meeting did not happen. But today, the state government, the state chief secretary has made it very, very clear that this is the fifth and the final attempt. Let's recall what the chief minister said on Thursday. The chief minister said, "Amake khoma korben, Banglar shokol manush. Please forgive me. I've tried my part," indicating that that was my last effort. Then he saw in Saturday, she again had reached out there and she had said that this is my last effort to reach out to you all and bring an end to this deadlock. Again, it did not work out. And today, the chief secretary's letter, which is fifth and final email, which is clearly mentioned that this is the fifth and the final email from their side, and the fifth and the final effort from their side is a clear indication that the state is trying to ensure that today, if something happens, well and good. If it doesn't, then they are not really sure as who would be held responsible for failed talks. We can't really discount the fact that the hearing would also be coming up before the Supreme Court on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. And tomorrow would be the third such hearing. Yes, the matter came up first time on 20th of August, thereafter 22nd of August, thereafter 9th of September, and thereafter we also know the matter would be coming up tomorrow, which is 17th of September. So 17th of September, when the Supreme Court hears the matter, it would be very, very significant to understand if the Supreme Court would be passing any kind of observation on the junior doctors. And why is it important? It is important because on the last hearing, that is on 9th of September, the junior doctors were categorically asked by the Supreme Court, by the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, that they have to resume work by 5 p.m. on Tuesday, that is 10th of September. Did that happen? The answer is a big no. They did not resume their duties on 10th of September by 5 p.m. So obviously, the state has tried highlighting that very aspect in multiple communications that the Supreme Court had asked you all to resume your duty. The very fact that you haven't done so, it is a clear violation of what the Supreme Court had asked you to do. And if that is Supreme Court's, if that is a violation of the Supreme Court's observation, there could be consequences of that While the state says that they would not be taking any disciplinary action against the junior doctors, the protesting doctors, but the very fact that the Supreme Court had made an observation on Monday, last Monday, and the observation clearly suggested that the junior doctors have to get back to work by Tuesday, by 5 p.m. Tuesday, and because that did not happen, the junior doctors were reminded by the state time and again that if a Supreme Court's order or observation is not respected, that is actually tantamount to be seen as a violation. Whether Supreme Court would take any adverse step, it's something that the state had tried indicating time and again, urging upon the junior doctors that for the sake of Supreme Court's observation, which can also be significant as far as their future is concerned, it is important that they get back to duty. They get back to their respective workspace, but that hasn't happened. The junior doctors have stayed firm on their very demand that they would want their 5 demands to be met. That included suspension of the Principal Secretary Health. That also included suspension of Kolkata Police Commissioner Vineet Goyal. That also included disciplinary action against DC North and DC South Kolkata Police. That also included, a proper security arrangement at all hospitals, and that also included end of threat culture. Yes, their principal demand had been justice for the bereaved doctor, but nonetheless, that very case is also with the CBI, and they are saying that they would also be looking forward to what really transpires in the Supreme Court as far as the investigation into this very case is concerned, the case of rape and murder is concerned. Yes, there had been a massive development on Saturday. CBI, after having taken up this case 32 days since the investigation was handed over to them by the Calcutta High Court, the CBI had made first arrest. The arrest one was of Shondeep Ghosh, who had already been arrested in the case of corruption, shown re-arrested in connection with the rape and murder of the 31-year-old PGT medical student, along with Shondeep Ghosh, the OC of Tala Police Station, one who had responded to the crime scene first, one under whose jurisdiction comes the Arjikar Medical College and Hospital. He too has been arrested by CBI in connection with the rape and murder of the PGT doctor. And so CBI has claimed that there had been a quote-unquote conspiracy, an alleged conspiracy to eliminate evidences, maybe to steal from joy or to protect others. Tampering of evidences had been the principal form of the CBI against the officer in charge of Tala Police Station, Abhijit Mondol. And while putting forth, preparing him, producing him before the court, it was clearly indicated that officer in charge of Tala Police Station did not follow the procedure. The FIR was lodged almost 14 hours after the incident. That the family was not duly informed. That the family, they were rushed into cremation. That the family had requested for a second autopsy, and that the OC did not adhere to. So likewise, there had been similar, there had been a lot of allegations leveled against the officer in charge of Tala Police Station, and thus citing those allegations, or the officer in charge has been arrested, stating that his custodial interrogation is needed. Mind it, Kolkata Police had maintained that the officer in charge of Tala Police Station did not do anything wrong. In fact, today, senior IPS officer and a Kolkata police officer, Mr. Solomon, had gone down to meet with the family of the officer in charge of Tala Police Station. In fact, he had gone there to assure that Kolkata Police would be fighting this case, that Kolkata Police is very much there with the family, and also suggested that to his knowledge, Tala Police Station officer in charge, Abhijit Mondol, did not do anything wrong. Well, we would be trying to file an absolute detailed story as far as concerns of CBI is concerned, vis-a-vis Abhijit Mondol is concerned, and also the certain observations that you have found, interesting, significant, and also equally questionable. So we would be filing a detailed report on that, which is a separate story altogether, would be filed shortly today after this gets over, or maybe early tomorrow. But nonetheless, as far as this meeting is concerned, it is very, very significant as it follows the arrest of Abhijit Mondol. Now, going back to Abhijit Mondol, if you can go back to the visual of Kolkata police officers going and meeting with the family of Abhijit Mondol, assuring the family that they would be fighting it. It is significant to play that soundbite now, because the junior doctors too have highlighted that this meeting this meeting and the transparency of the meeting is even more significant after the arrest of officer in charge, and that's the reason they were demanding that the meeting be videographed. So the Kolkata police officer, Mr. Solomon, had gone down to meet with the family of Abhijit Mondol. He had gone there to assure that Kolkata police will be fighting this matter. In fact, Kolkata police is officially kind of taking up this position that Abhijit Mondol did not do anything wrong, that he has not deviated from the procedure to be followed in cases of this kind. And that is an indication that possibly if there is a legal fight tomorrow, obviously there has to be a legal fight because he has already been arrested and sent to CBI custody till September 17th, which is tomorrow. Kolkata police will be taking up this matter and will be fighting against CBI's arrest of Abhijit Mondol. So this is what Kolkata police officer Solomon had said after meeting with the family of Abhijit Mondol.
And বিলিফ আছে যা কিছু উনি করেছেন উনি উইথ গুড ইন্টেনশন ভালো ইন্টেনশনে উনি ওখানে স্পটে তাড়াতাড়ি পৌঁছেছেন যখন উনি ইনফরমেশন পেলেন অ্যাট দ্য মিনিমাম পসিবল টাইম উনি ওখানে পৌঁছালেন ওখানে যে পরিস্থিতি ছিল যেরকম একটা সেন্সিটিভ ক্রাইম হয়েছিল ওখানে যা কিছু ডক্টরস অ্যান্ড আদার যারা ওখানে যারা চাইছিলেন যেগুলো আই মিন প্রসিজারাল ইস্যুস যেগুলো ওনারা চাইছিলেন যে সব দাবিগুলো রিকোয়েস্টগুলো মেনে দ্য ইন্টারেস্ট অফ জাস্টিস যে বেস্ট ট্রান্সপারেন্ট ইনভেস্টিগেশন যা কিছু করা ছিল উনি ওখানে করলেন অ্যান্ড এটাই ওনার কাজ ছিল অ্যান্ড হি ডিড দ্য জব ভেরি ওয়েল ইট ইজ মাই পার্সোনাল বিলিভ
কলকাতা পুলিশ তাহলে ওনার পাশে আছে
ইয়েস উই আর উইথ দেম অ্যান্ড উই উইল বি উইথ দেম
ওনাকে কি তাহলে কোনোভাবে ফাঁসানো হচ্ছে
এটা আমি কমেন্ট করবো না যেহেতু ম্যাটার ইজ সাবজুডিস এটা সুপ্রিম কোর্ট নিজে দেখছে সো এইগুলো আমি এখন কমেন্ট করবো না এটা আগামীকাল এটা সুপ্রিম কোর্টেও আসবে বাট এটাই আমাদের বলার ছিল দ্যাট অ্যাজ কলকাতা পুলিশ ফ্যামিলি আমরা ওনার সাথে আছি ওনার সাথে থাকবো অ্যান্ড আমাদের ধারণা উনি যে কিছু করলেন উনি ভালো করলেন হি ডিড ইট ইন বেস্ট অফ হিজ ইন্টেনশন যদি ভুল ধরতে চাইলে যে কোনো কিছুতে ভুল ধরতে পারে বাট উনি সারাদিন যে পরিস্থিতি ছিল ওই সব পরিস্থিতির মধ্যে যা কিছু বেস্ট অফ দ্য ইনভেস্টিগেশনের জন্য যা কিছু করার ছিল ফ্রম দ্য টাইম অফ রিচিং দেয়ার উনি সব পিও সিকিউর করা থেকে আই মিন এভিডেন্স কালেক্ট করা থেকে পোস্টমর্টম ইনকোয়েস্ট সব কিছু উনি করেছেন and despite that এটা হয়েছে সো দিস ইজ আমাদের পার্সোনালি অ্যাজ মেম্বার্স অফ দিস ফোর্স খারাপ লাগছে সো এটা আমার
একটা লাস্ট কোয়েশ্চেন সেটা হচ্ছে যে পুলিশের একটা সেকশন এই কোয়েশ্চেনও তুলছে যে ডেপুটি কমিশনার নর্থ এবং ডিসি স্পেশাল এই দুজন সিবিআই এর ইন্টারোগেশন ফেস করেছেন তারপরেই ওসি টালা ফেস করেছেন তার আগেও ওসি টালা ফেস করেছিলেন কিন্তু ডিসি নর্থ এবং ডিসি স্পেশালের ইন্টারোগেশনের পর তিনি যখন গেলেন তিনি ইন্টারসেপ্টেড হয়ে গেলেন সিবিআই এর হাতে এই বিষয়টা আপনারা কি এক্সপ্লেনেশন ডিসি নর্থ বা ডিসি স্পেশালের সঙ্গে যে ওরা এক্স্যাক্টলি কি স্টেটমেন্ট করলো যার কনসিকুয়েন্সেস এটা হলো বা এরকম কিছু নয় এরকম কিছু
ডিসি নর্থ আর ডিসি ডিডি যেটা ওনারা ইনভেস্টিগেশন কি বলেছেন এটা আমার নলেজে নাই ঠিক আছে অ্যান্ড যা কিছু বলেছেন ওনারা যে সঠিক যেটা হয়েছে সেটাই নিশ্চয়ই ওনারা বলেছেন এন্ড এটার পরে এটা হয়েছে বলে আই ডোন্ট থিঙ্ক এনি লিঙ্ক আছে এটা দিস কোয়েশ্চেন এটা আপনি সিবিআই আনসার করতে হবে
আর কাউকে ডেকেছে লালবাজার আর কাউকে সিবিআই ডেকেছে এখনো
ছিলেন যে কি সিবিআই ওকে কি 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 করছে
না না সেটা কিছু বলেননি কিন্তু উনি বলেছেন উনি ওনার বেস্ট দিচ্ছেন আমরাও দেখেছি আর আমিও সেটা দেখছি যে উনি বাড়িতে আসতেই পারেননি আর উনি রাত দিন ওখানে কাজ করেছেন উনি ওনার বেস্ট করেছেন
লালবাজার আপনাকে কি জানাচ্ছে পুরো ডিপার্টমেন্ট আপনার পাশে আছে সিনিয়র কি আপনার সঙ্গে কোনো কন্টাক্ট করেছিল এখনো
কোনোভাবে মনে হচ্ছে যে অনৈতিকভাবে তাকে কি মনে হচ্ছে
এটা মনে হচ্ছে এটা আর বেশি জানি
কোনোভাবে কি ফাঁসানো হচ্ছে না মনে করছেন
মানে কোনো আইডিয়া নেই অন্যদিকে যাচ্ছে এটাই মনে হচ্ছে আমার
মানে কেন অন্যদিকে যাচ্ছে মনে হচ্ছে আপনাদের এই ইনভেস্টিগেশন
আমরাও চাই আমার হাজবেন্ডও কাজ করেছে এতদিন যে এত কষ্ট করেছে যে নির্যাতিতার বিচার হোক এটা আমরাও চাই মানে আমারও দুটো মেয়ে আছে আমি ফিল করতে পারি আর তার জন্য যা করার সেটা সব করেছেন উনি সিবিআইয়ের সঙ্গে কোঅপারেট করেছেন এমনকি ওনার শরীরটাও
এবং তারপরে আপনাদের নলেজে এসেছিল কি এক্স্যাক্টলি হয়েছিল গত পরশুদিন রাত্রিবেলায় একটু যদি বলেন
আমাকে সিবিআই থেকে ফোন করা হয়েছিল যে আমার হাজবেন্ডকে অ্যারেস্ট করা হয়েছে বাস এইটুকুই বলা হয়েছে।
এর আগে ম্যাডাম আপনার হাজবেন্ড মাল্টিপল টাইম সিবিআই এর ইন্টারোগেশন ফেস করেছেন, সেই নিয়ে এসে আপনাদেরকে কিছু শেয়ার করেছিলেন যে কি সিবিআই ওকে কি কি
না
কি
না
করছে?
না না সেটা কিছু বলেননি, কিন্তু উনি বলেছেন উনি ওনার বেস্ট দিচ্ছেন। আমরাও দেখেছি আর আমিও সেটা দেখছি যে উনি বাড়িতে আসতেই পারেননি, আর উনি রাত দিন ওখানে কাজ করেছেন, উনি ওনার বেস্ট করেছেন।
লালবাজার আপনাকে কি জানাচ্ছে? পুরো ডিপার্টমেন্ট আপনার সঙ্গে
আমার
আছে?
পাশে আছেন।
সিবিআই কি আপনার সঙ্গে কোনো কন্ট্যাক্ট করেছিল এখনো?
না না
কোনোভাবে মনে হচ্ছে যে অনৈতিকভাবে তাকে
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
কি মনে
অন্যদিকে
হচ্ছে?
চলে যাচ্ছে এটা মনে হচ্ছে। এটা আর বেশি জানি না
কোনোভাবে
তো
কি
আমি।
ফাঁসানো হচ্ছে ওনাকে এরকম মনে করছেন?
না 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 আমার সে কোনো আইডিয়া নেই, অন্যদিকে যাচ্ছে এটাই মনে হচ্ছে আমার।
কেন অন্যদিকে যাচ্ছে মনে হচ্ছে আপনাদের এই ইনভেস্টিগেশন?
আমরাও চাই, আমার হাজব্যান্ডও কাজ করেছে এতদিন, যে এত কষ্ট করেছে যে নির্যাতিতার বিচার হোক, এটা আমরাও চাই। মানে আমারও দুটো মেয়ে আছে, আমি ফিল করতে পারি, আর তার জন্য যা করার সেটা সব করেছেন উনি। উনি সিবিআইয়ের সঙ্গে কোঅপারেট করেছেন, এমনকি ওনার শরীরটাও ভালো নেই, তারপরে উনি গেছেন, উনি সেখানে গিয়ে প্রেজেন্ট থেকেছেন। তারপরে খবর তো আমি জানি না, আমাকে ওখান থেকে জানানো হয়েছে যে ওনাকে।
আর একটা ইনপুট পেলাম ম্যাডাম, আপনারা ওই দিন অনেক রাত অবধি একটা অ্যারেস্ট মেমোর জন্য সিজিও কমপ্লেক্সে গেছিলেন, কিন্তু ওরা সেটা আপনাকে
সই করানো হয়নি।
কি এক্স্যাক্টলি হয়েছিল?
হ্যাঁ আমি ছিলাম ওখানে, অনেকক্ষণ আমাকে ওয়েট করানো হয়েছে এবং 3 ঘন্টার উপরেই হবে। ওনারা প্রথমে দেখা করতে দিচ্ছিলেন না, কিন্তু কি মনে হলো ওনাদের অনেকবার রিকোয়েস্ট করার পরে দিয়ে ওনারা আমাকে দেখা করতে দিয়েছে।
মনে হচ্ছে আপনাদের যে কোনোভাবে
ঠিক আছে স্যার।
ম্যাডাম আপনার নামটা একটু কাইন্ডলি বলুন।
সঙ্গীতা মণ্ডল।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
Of course, you heard what transpired at the house of the officer in charge of Tala Police Station, or should we call him the former OC of Tala Police Station, Abhijit Mondal, one who has been arrested by CBI in connection with the rape and murder of the RG Corp PGT medical student. At this juncture, yes, back to the very moment, can't really confirm if the meeting has started or not, but then I show you another visual. The bus is now coming out and the bus is empty. There you see, the bus is coming out, the bus which have taken all the doctors inside, the very lane of Boris Chatterjee on which is the residence of the Chief Minister. The bus is now slowly coming out of that lane and that too in reverse gear. So the bus would now be parked somewhere here and the doctors have all gotten off the bus. The doctors have all gotten off the bus. The bus is empty. Now, it is also an indication that maybe they are trying to enter or they have already entered inside the residence of the Chief Minister. Again, we will not get into speculations. We will not be confirming till the time we have a confirmation that the doctors have gone inside the house of the Chief Minister and the meeting has started. But for now, as we see, the bus which had taken the doctors inside, the bus has come out and the bus is empty. So obviously, the fact that the bus is empty itself is a sign that all the doctors have gotten off and all the doctors have gotten off and they and of course they would either be going for the meeting or they are about to get inside the meeting. So again, we are not really sure, and as we did not speculate last time, we will not be speculating now as well. We would wait for an official confirmation. We will wait for an official confirmation for the meeting, whether it has started or not. This is the very bus which had brought down all the doctors, and the doctors have gotten off the bus and they have gone inside. We are just waiting for an official confirmation to understand if the meeting has started or it is about to start. We're not really sure. But like we did not speculate on Saturday, we will not be speculating, because even though it seemed like after coming this close to the meeting room, the meeting got washed away, the meeting did not happen for reasons which are also known to all of us, reasons which are already there in public domain. So obviously we will now wait for an official confirmation to understand if the meeting has started or there is some hitch appearing once again. Well, as far as videography of the meeting is concerned, that seems like has been kept aside for now. videography, live streaming will not really happen. The doctors have requested for that, and the state has made it very, very clear that that won't happen. As far as minutes of the meeting is concerned, that's something both sides have agreed that minutes of the meeting would be kept. The junior doctors have also said that they would want their own stenographer to take the minutes of the meeting, and they would want their own stenographer to take down every point, every element which is being brought up or discussed in the meeting room, and thereafter it has to be duly signed by both parties, by both the parties, and in fact all the attendees. Again, it means that the Chief Minister who would be chairing the meeting will also have to sign on the minutes of the meeting. Will that really happen or not? We have to wait and see. But for now, outside the Chief Minister's residence, as there is a massive bandobast and kind of a curiosity building up, it is an indication the kind of curiosity that people have on this very meeting, the kind of curiosity people have on this very issue, given the fact that it's been close to 40 days now since the brutal rape and murder of the 31-year-old PGT medical student of Archikor Medical College and Hospital, that it's been so many days that the matter has been transferred to CBI, and it's been equal number of days and even more that people have been up in arms, united with their demand, asking for justice. At the same time, the doctors' protest, which has spilled over for over 39 days, has also meant a cease work, which eventually resulted in a lot of inconvenience for patients who cannot afford a private hospital, who would end up going to government hospitals. And it essentially highlighted as how several such patients and patient parties have faced massive inconvenience because b- because uh, uh, there were no junior doctors to attend them to, and the junior doctors are also in a way countered that if the health system is so overly dependent on junior doctors, that their cease work and their absence would paralyze the health infrastructure. That can also raise a lot of questions as far as the health infrastructure in the state is concerned. So obviously at this juncture, the blame, counter blame, all have happened for way too long. And at this juncture, people are literally hoping that this situation comes to an end, this deadlock comes to an end, and doctors can get back to their duty. Nobody is questioning as whether their demands are legitimate or not. Everybody empathizes with the doctors and their demands. We all empathize with the very fact that while the country has lost our daughter, these doctors have also lost one of their loved ones, also lost one of their colleagues. It is also like a loss bit too personal, and that's the reason the junior doctors who have been up in arms, demanding justice, at the same time demanding better infrastructure, better security apparatus on the ground to make security an effective subject for the doctors who go to work at these government hospitals. They are saying that this has been way too long, that the demand has to be kept. While the state government says that once they go back to work, they would realize there are visible changes as far as security at the hospital is concerned. But having said that, they are saying that the other demands vis-a-vis fixing accountability with the Principal Secretary of Health, or for that matter with the Police Commissioner, or for that matter taking disciplinary action against DC North and DC South, or for that matter, uh, uh, you know, uh, 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 ensuring that the threat culture ends. For all of that, their proposal would be studied, and if anyone found guilty, would be punished, would be reprimanded. That's what the state has made very, very clear. The state is also on record suggesting that if somebody has not committed something wrong, it would be unfair to take any kind of action against those doctors, against them, because that would also be unfair. So yes, at this point in time, there are a lot of people have come down here at Kalighat, assembled here, waiting with bated breath to understand what transpires in this meeting. Has the meeting started? Again, I would say I cannot confirm whether the meeting has started or not. We will be waiting for an official confirmation to understand if the meeting has started and if everything is under control. But then it seems like what happened last Saturday, after that, at least the doctors would this time go inside the house of the Chief Minister, if their stenographers are also allowed, and if they are allowed to go inside the Chief Minister's residence, will they thereafter walk inside the meeting room? Again, we have to wait for an official confirmation. As we said, on Thursday and also on Saturday, in both these two occasions, you have seen both sides coming this close to the meeting room and eventually the meeting not take place. It is essentially, it is essentially uh, because the meeting did not take place. So we have seen as kind of exchange of emails have happened, exchange of words have happened between both sides, while the junior doctors have maintained that the meeting has washed away because of the state government, because of the bureaucrats, because of the chief minister, because they did not maintain accept their demands, and primary demand being that the meeting be videographed and of course live telecast. But in the state, while not blaming directly the junior doctors, have also highlighted that they have been waiting for this meeting for way too long, that they have been waiting almost on a regular basis for about 2 hours, 3 hours, and in a way indicated that they have been waiting for the doctors to come inside, like in Saturday. They wanted the doctors to come inside the residence of the chief minister and for the meeting to take part, meeting to happen, expected them to partake in the meeting, but that did not happen. While the doctors have their version of saying, the state is also saying that, look, we are trying to do everything in best of their interest, in our interest, and reach to a point where they can come to the meeting room and discuss in a free and fair manner. The state is also saying that, look, we are not keeping those officers against who they have their qualms, and you're not keeping them in the meeting room so that they have an atmosphere conducive and can encourage them to talk freely. At the same time, the state has said that while the invite was for 15 people, but more than 30 people came and all were allowed, be it in the case of Novano or for that matter in the case of the Chief Minister's residence last Saturday. Today too, more than 30 junior doctors have come down, and we have to wait and see whether the meeting finally happens. If it happens, what transpires in the meeting and where does the meeting take us finally to. So at this juncture, we cannot really confirm if the meeting has started or not. It is expected that the meeting would take place. It is expected because both sides have agreed on the minutes of the meeting aspect, and minutes of the meeting aspect is an indication that if both sides have agreed, then finally they will be walking inside the meeting room. Again, we are waiting for an official confirmation, some proof to suggest that the meeting has started. For now, we do not have that proof and we cannot really confirm. So at this juncture, we are waiting for the official confirmation. My colleague Titash is also here, and Titash, I would just call you ahead. Come this side, come this side. I'm holding the camera. Come this side. So Titash is also here. Titash, take it over from here as I make certain phone calls. We have seen what happened on Thursday and Saturday. Do a quick roundup and, of course, give us the update as the doctors have arrived here and they have gone inside.
Ever since the failed meeting on Thursday, it was almost as if a whole dramatic series of events unfolded before it finally boiled down to this much anticipated meeting on Monday today. So what happened since Thursday? On Thursday, the doctors went to Nabano, the state secretariat, and they had gone there for a meeting with West Bengal Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee. And, in an order to break this impasse which has been ongoing between the state government and the protesting doctors, the doctors too were called there. Now, what was the point of contention? The point of contention was live streaming. The doctors, the protesting doctors of the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front came down with a delegation of over 30 people as opposed to the 12 to 14 member delegation which was mentioned by the state in the chief secretary in the letter. Now what happened after the doctors came down to Nabano, they were all seated in front of the secretariat while Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee, she waited inside, and there were visuals that surfaced later which showed that tables and chairs were laid out, and Mamta Banerjee, who said that she was waiting for over 2 hours inside the hall, she waited while the doctors squatted outside the hall. Now the point of contention was live streaming. The doctors have ever since maintained that they wanted the meeting to be live streamed so that not only them, as along with the people of all of the state who are waiting with bated breath for these results, could also get to know what exactly transpires out of this meeting. Therefore, the doctors too wanted a live streaming of this meeting. Now this is a demand that the state did not relent to. The state said that this particular case is currently sub judice. Therefore, live streaming the contents of such a meeting would, could in a way damage the investigation process. So the meeting was not live streamed. As a result of which the doctors, after having waited for over 2 hours, left Nobano, and they also mentioned that day that they would want the meeting to be live streamed, either live streamed or recorded, and they are hoping to hold a conversation, a comprehensive conversation with Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee and put forth their fivefold demands. The pivot of the demands being justice for Abhaya, justice for the 31-year-old PGT doctor whose life was so brutally cut short. Now, from Thursday, there was a gap on Friday, there was limbo on Friday almost, and on Saturday, in a very surprising turn of events, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee, she made a surprise visit to the protest site, which is right before Shastro Bhavan in Salt Lake. Now, Mamta Banerjee, after having gone to meet the protesting doctors, she reiterated her stance and she said that as far as justice is concerned, we are on the same page. I too, much like you all, want justice for the 31-year-old PG2 doctor whose life was so brutally cut short, and would urge the CBI so that so that the accused could be punished at the earliest. Now, having said that, Mamta Banerjee said that, I come here not from the capacity of the Chief Minister, but from the capacity of your Didi, which means from the capacity of your older sister, and I come here and I urge you to get back to work. As the direct consequence of your ceased work is essentially common people who are coming to such government-run medical colleges and hospitals are being denied the treatment that they are seeking in such hospitals. So she said that, please get back. She urged them, she told them, please get back to work. And she assured them that if they get back to their work, she would look into their demands, she would look into their allegations, and she would herself oversee it. And if anyone is found guilty, punishment would be served. Now, having said that, Mamta Banerjee also mentioned that, the doctors have been protesting for so long, braving the inclement weather, and Mamta Banerjee mentioned that, she too has also been keeping awake and keeping a very close watch on this protest site. And while, Mamta Banerjee was speaking, the protesting doctors and the onlookers gathered over there had raised "We Want Justice" slogans, and so did Mamta Banerjee. She too raised "We Want Justice" slogans, and very importantly, before leaving, she said that "Ami amar torof theke shesh cheshta kore gelam," which essentially means this was the last try from her behalf. Now, after Mamta Banerjee left the protest site in front of Shastro Bhavan, the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front, they said that they welcomed Mamta Banerjee's move and the fact that she had come down to the protest site, and they had written in their email that they would at the earliest want to hold talks with Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee. Now, the mail that was sent from the protesting doctors, nothing about live streaming or video recording was essentially mentioned in it. Now, cut to the evening, mails get exchanged. The doctors come down to Mamta Banerjee's residence, which is in Kalighat. After the doctors had come down, they got off their bus, a delegation of over 30 people, as opposed to the 12 to 15 people delegation at Mamta Banerjee's house, as mentioned by the Chief Secretary, got off the bus, and they went to Mamta Banerjee's house for the much anticipated meeting. Now, what transpired out of this meeting? Everyone was waiting outside Mamta Banerjee's house with bated breath just to know what exactly happened in that meeting. But about an hour, 15 minutes into the meeting, we got to know that the meeting did not start. Again, the point of contention being live streaming. The doctors said that, they want the meeting to be live streamed so that along with them, to maintain utmost transparency. Now, once the live streaming demand was not met, they said that, okay, fine, if live streaming is an issue, we would also like to record the meeting. Both the parties, which is essentially the state government and the protesting doctors, would on their own accord record the meeting and keep it as a document. Now, to that, they were said that, this is Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee's residence, and citing security concerns, the recording was not allowed. After having waited for 3 hours, the doctors, they said that, okay, fine, now that recording is also not happening, we are okay with signed minutes. We will take the minutes of the meeting, and both parties present in the meeting would have to sign on it. But then, by that time, already over 3 hours had passed. And in between these 3 hours, Mamta Banerjee herself had come out from her residence to her doorstep and requested to the doctors and said that, it's raining outside. Please don't get wet. Come inside and please be seated. And, Even if you don't want to meet, please just come inside, sit, have a cup of tea, and leave. And then we can take the matter from there. So 3 hours had passed by there, and Mamata Banerjee herself had come and urged the doctors. But the doctors did not relent. The doctors again mentioned that they are looking for utmost transparency, and that can only be achieved if the meeting in any form is documented, videotaped, or live streamed. So when the doctors agreed to the minutes of the meeting, over 3 hours had passed, and by then Chandrima Bhattacharya and the chief secretary, they had left. They were leaving the house, and then they said that it has the opportunity has passed, and today we cannot have the meeting because we've been waiting for over 3 hours, and now it's not possible to hold the meeting because it's been past 9 o'clock at night. Now, Sunday was again limbo. There was no communication between the two parties. On Monday morning, an email was sent to the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front by Chief Secretary Manoj Pant, which stated that this is the fifth and final invite for a meeting between West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and the delegation of protesting doctors from West Bengal Junior Doctors Front. Now the mail that was sent from the Chief Secretary, it clearly mentioned that the meeting will not be live streamed. The meeting will not be videotaping from both parties will not be allowed. At the same time, he mentioned that the same delegation that had come to Mamata Banerjee's house the previous time, which is on Saturday, was again called back today, which is on Monday. Now, the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front, the delegation, they said that, the mail has come, and after conducting an all-body GD, which essentially entails of all the protesting junior doctors from medical colleges all across the state of West Bengal, they decided that they would come for a talk with Mamata Banerjee and try to resolve the matter through dialogue. After which they sent an email back to the Chief Secretary, which stated that the meeting should be live telecasted. If not live telecasted, then the meeting, both parties should be allowed to record it. But then they again mentioned the third clause. The third clause being, they clearly stated that if the meeting is not being live streamed or recorded, the minutes of the meeting will be recorded, toto recorded, and all the members present in the meeting from both parties would have to sign on it, and 2 copies of the same would be produced. One would be kept with the state, and the other, the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front, would take along with them. Now, this mail was sent to the Chief Secretary. Now, the Chief Secretary once again sent a reply which agreed that, that was the third clause. So he said, we agree with the third clause, and we are okay with the meetings. To mention that they are happy, and the meeting would be held, and they would come. And the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front mentioned that they are carrying 2 professional stenographers who would on their behalf be documenting the minutes of the meeting. Now, the doctors representing the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front in a bus came down to Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's house. Unlike last time, the bus directly went, took this lane and went directly in front of Mamata Banerjee's house, and the doctors got off there, and an empty bus came out, indicative of the fact that the doctors had gotten down and perhaps were on their way, to go for the meeting and hold the talks with Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee in a bid to break this deadlock, which has been ongoing between the state and the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front. Now, if the meeting has started or not, we do not have confirmation, but the doctors for the time being are inside, and we are all waiting to see what transpires out of this meeting. Since Thursday, there were multiple mails that were, circulated to and fro from the office of the Chief Minister and the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front. So the doctors on Saturday, when they left this place, they had mentioned that, they are looking for transparency, and also mentioned that they are quite disheartened that the meeting did not work out. They also stated or maintained that, although the meeting did not work out, they are strong. They are almost sure that the meeting will be held. Is the only way to resolve this conflict. Dialogue is the only way to resolve this conflict, and they had kind of volleyed the ball towards the state's court, and the state responded on Monday by sending this mail inviting the doctors for the 5th and final time. The mail itself stated that this is for the 5th and final time. The mail also, the mail which was sent today in the morning by Chief Secretary Manoj Pant, clearly mentioned that in adherence to the Supreme Court hearing, which was on September 9th, Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud had mentioned that the protesting doctors should get back to their work by September 10th, 5 p.m. However, the doctors had not gotten back to their work. They had instead taken out a rally to Shastro Bhavan, which is the health secretariat of the state. And since Monday, which is September 10th, they had been camping right outside Shastro Bhavan. And they had been camping all week long in front of Shastro Bhavan. And during that time, they had floated five main demands that include resignation of Vineet Goyal, removal of the health secretary, which also included safe and conducive workspace, and above all, justice for the 31-year-old PGT doctor who was brutally raped and murdered during the wee hours of August 9th. Now, they have also stated that CBI should be conducting the investigation more safely so that they could get back to work and so that justice could be served. And they have been rallying for a safe and conducive workspace. As the doctors have said that while they are serving someone else, if their own safety and security is compromised, it is difficult for them to get back to work, and therefore they have been rallying around the demand for a safe and conducive workspace and have ceased work ever since then. Now, today, a joint press conference was held at the Press Club of India in New Delhi, where the doctors reiterated their demand, which is a safe and conducive workspace. They also asked the CBI to, make the, fast track that probe into this case of rape and murder and make sure justice is served. And at the same time, they also mentioned that a safe and conducive working environment is of pivotal importance at the given juncture. Now, the doctors had been protesting since August 9th, since the day during the wee hours of which the 31-year-old PGT doctor was brutally raped and murdered. And that sent shockwaves not only across Kolkata, but all of the state of Bengal and all of the country at large. There was a wave of outrage that had swept over the city, the state, and the country, even in different parts of the world. People had taken to the streets demanding justice for this 31-year-old PGT doctor who was brutally raped and murdered. There was sloganeering. People had taken out posters. There was street art there, and people had taken out street plays. And that has continued ever since. And there have been several Reclaim the Night programs, which essentially means that women took to the streets at midnight, reclaiming their rights, reclaiming their voices, and reclaiming a safe city nightlife in their very own city, where they can feel safe and sound to travel from one place to another, to pursue their professional life from one place to another. But then these doctors had been protesting ever since, and they had ceased work, which means that since August 9th, the doctors did not get back to work. As a direct result of which, it is the common people who bore the brunt of this ceased work. Therefore, time and again, the state government, including the Supreme Court, had directed the doctors to get back to their work. But on September 9th, Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud articulately mentioned that the doctors must get back to work by 10 September, 5 p.m., as it is the common people who are suffering because of this ceased work. Now, the doctors did not get back, and since then, whenever Mamata Banerjee addressed the doctors, she said that no punishment would be given to the doctors who were protesting. She too has also, gotten to this place of power, or she too has gotten to her place, through protest and through movements. Therefore, she understands their pain. Therefore, she understands their grief. She mentioned that no action would be taken against anyone who has been protesting for this long. But she also mentioned and urged them to get back to work, as stated by the state that as many as 29 people had lost their lives since the doctors had gone for their ceased work. Mamata Banerjee's government had also announced a relief package of rupees 2 lakhs, a little token for the bereaved families of these deceased 29 people. And she had urged the doctors. Now, after having spoken to and been stationed at some government hospitals, we saw that it is the patients who are coming from far-flung parts of the state who are the ones who are facing the consequences of this ceasefire. Either they are being given, preliminary first aid and being asked to come down at a later date when it is more conducive, or there's a better workforce to tend to their needs, or they are being asked to they are being referred to some other hospital, or they are being asked to go back because the hospital is essentially not in a place to deal or tend to their needs. So it is these people who are having to spend a fortune to come down to these government-run medical colleges and hospitals and not getting the treatment that they desire. Therefore, the doctors time and again has been urged to get back to their work. Now, the doctors too have said that it is like a loss for us, a personal loss for us each time.
Well, we just have a small piece of breaking news. The doctors have gone inside. Doctors have gone inside the residence of the chief minister. The confusion which we had seen last time as whether they would walk in or not, in a way had made us speculate all this while whether the doctors, even after having arrived for the second consecutive time at the residence of the chief minister, will they actually walk inside the residence for the meeting? Yes, we do have a confirmation. The doctors have gone inside the residence of the chief minister. They have also gone inside with their stenographers. Mind it, that was the condition they had laid down in their final email sent to the chief secretary, that they would want to take their own stenographers to take the minutes of the meeting after videography and live streaming were denied. So at this point in time, we can confirm all the doctors have gone inside the residence of the chief minister. Their stenographers have been allowed. They have gone inside the residence of the chief minister. Does it mean that they have gone inside the meeting room? Again, we will not speculate. We will wait for a confirmation. At this point in time, what you know, that they have gone inside the residence, and in all likeness, they would also be walking inside the meeting room. Whether the meeting finally happens or not, again, we have to wait and see. But at this juncture, yes, they have gone inside the residence of the chief minister, and they have gone inside with the stenographers. So their demand, as far as taking their own stenographers are concerned, who are essentially not doctors or junior doctors, that has been permitted. They have been taken inside. They have gone inside too. So in all likeness, because both sides have now mutually agreed to this very ground, in all likeness, the meeting can happen. It's 7:02, and the doctors had come down here at 6:17. By the time they had gotten off the bus, I'm giving the benefit of doubt, say 6:30. So it's been over 30 minutes already that they have gone inside the residence of the chief minister. We do understand there is a security protocol, there is a screening procedure that anyone will have to go through, and that might also take time because it's not one or two, it's over 30 people who have come down, 30 junior doctors who have come down. So obviously their screening would take some amount of time. So even after that, if we give that benefit of doubt that they have taken another 10 minutes, 12 minutes to go inside, maybe it's been roughly about 12 to 15 minutes, or could be a little more than that they have all gone inside, and probably they have gone inside the meeting room. So again, we would wait for an official confirmation if the meeting has started, if it's all going smooth so far. What is transpiring inside the meeting? Actually, if the meeting happens again, we have to wait for an official confirmation, because till Saturday, we have only seen time and again, we have ended our day first with the speculation and then with the confirmation that even after coming this close to the meeting room, the meeting hasn't happened. Like, ye duriya. So without trivializing the moment, it was almost like that ye duriya became the such of two sides. They were too much of a duriya, and they just could not meet inside the meeting room. They could not meet inside the Thursday, inside Navanna Shabagor on Thursday, and they could not meet inside the meeting room, inside the residence of the chief minister. We have seen the kind of visuals emerge last time. We are waiting for a confirmation to understand what's happening now, whether they have gone inside the meeting room, if the meeting has started. These are questions which have already shot off to people who are there inside, or the residents have tried connecting with my sources as well. So at this point in time, we are still waiting for an official confirmation if the meeting has started. But then, like we have seen, one second, Titash, if you can just come here and take over from here. Yeah.
So, from what we just learned, that the meeting has probably, in all likelihood, will start, because the 30 plus delegation of the junior doctors who had come down here at Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee's house, they have, have gone inside the residence of the Chief Minister. But we don't know for sure if they have entered into the hall or if the meeting has already started. We are not speculating anything. We're waiting for confirmation, because the last 2 days also it was like they had come, they were at the doorstep, the meeting was just about to happen. But then something did not just fall into place, and the point of contention had essentially been live streaming or videotaping of the same, as a result of which both the days the meetings failed to take place. Today, we have learned that the doctors, they had come in, they were in front of West Bengal Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee's house, And
So Titash, I'm so sorry, I had to rush out from there because I just saw, somebody who is also a very significant source of mine, and I just sought another round of confirmation, and the confirmation is there. They've all gone inside the residence of the chief minister. So obviously, the speculation is no longer valid because they have gone inside the residence of the chief minister. So it is expected, if they have gone inside the residence of the chief minister, in that case, in all likeness, they would also walk inside the meeting room, and in all likeness, the meeting can also happen. Let's stick to can. Let's not say has happened or will happen. Let's say can happen, might happen, may happen, because that's what you've learned from the experience that we have on Thursday and Saturday. Can happen. They almost met. They not job they met. When they almost met. Okay. Again, we say we are not trivializing, but again, even if you say it's trivialization of a very serious subject, trust to me, if one narration on social media is important, there is another narration on social media which can also be termed to be equally important, because in democracy every opinion matters. And the other side of the opinion is, the other opinion in the other side is that why is the meeting not happening? If the five demands are the crucial demands, resignation of the police commissioner, resignation of the principal secretary, health. If these are your prime principal demands, then in that case, why is live streaming so important? Is live more important than live? Now, again, we are not endorsing one side of the story. All sides are fair. It is democracy. Let all sides exist. So while there is one side questioning us why, for the sake of transparency, we can't allow live streaming or we can't allow videography of the meeting, there is another side which is saying that, the matter is sub judice. What Supreme Court can do, we can't do. And then there is another side which is questioning that why are people so hooked up on live streaming and video recording? Is the meeting not so important? And it is a matter of fact. I said this last time. People have volleyed a lot of abuses and flags, not really caring much about them. But it is a fact that if Titash is not happy with what I'm saying, Titash always has the opportunity in a free country to approach, say, my another colleague, Shumon or Ronnie or Orko, and complain about me. So obviously, if there is any kind of a disagreement in a meeting which is not video recorded or which is not shown live, one side can come to media and walk into media and can put out their side of the story. How much of that is true or how much of that is not true can be deliberated upon in days to come. But that opportunity is always there. So always to have a meeting live streamed uh, is not a preset condition for us to believe the importance of the meeting. For example, you know, the internal meeting of the junior doctors. The general body meeting. They are not live streamed. They are not live streamed. So obviously, it's not we are casting aspersion on the general body meeting. They are doing the meeting. They are coming out, showing an united house, giving out a statement, and it's only going by what they are saying. Similarly, if the meeting happens in a closed door, and somebody can just come out and can issue a statement. For example, let's go to the real fact. If there is an in-camera court hearing, so what is in-camera court hearing? That media will not be allowed inside, nobody would be allowed inside, no outside lawyers would be allowed inside, only the parties would be allowed inside, and of course the stakeholders would be allowed inside. We can't go and can hear the hearing. So in that case too, while the hearing in a court matter happens in closed door, people come out, like the advocates of both sides, counsels of either side would come out and issue their respective statement to the media. So that too becomes a legitimate point of argument and an accepted point of argument. Similarly, many people have said, if that case is acceptable, if that scenario is acceptable, why is this scenario not acceptable where the meeting happens in a closed door manner, where the meeting minutes of the meeting is being shared by both sides, why there is so much of zid on videography and live streaming, while many people will not appreciate us raising this very pointed question. But as we say, while we report this side, we also report that side. While we report the side of the doctors, there are people too who have raised their point of view on social media, and they have all the right for coexistence. So their opinion also has the right for coexistence, as long as it is not appropriating the other side, as long as it is not ridiculing the other side, as long as it is not overwriting the other side. So let both exist.
So, not belittling any opinions
Yeah.
or whatever the point of contention be of all these sides, every single party or every single stakeholder had been waiting for this meeting with bated breath. This meeting has been a much anticipated one. Since Thursday itself, there was a lot of, kind of anticipation surrounding around it, what the outcome would be. Because, since the 9th of August, the siege work has continued, and what, in spite of the Supreme Court directing the junior doctors to get back to work by 5 p.m. on 10th September, they went on the Shastro Bhavan Abhijan, which again continued with the siege work. So everyone was essentially waiting for the outcome of this meeting. They were disappointed twice, and today the anticipation and the stakes are very high because everyone is waiting to see what exactly comes out of this meeting between the junior doctors and the chief minister at the moment.
Absolutely. So obviously at this juncture, yes, we are waiting for an official confirmation. If both sides have gone inside the meeting room and if the meeting has started, what we can confirm, like we did on Thursday and on Saturday, we will not be speculating. We would only be reporting facts. At this juncture, the fact of the matter is the junior doctors have gone inside the residence of the chief minister. They have gone through the security screening. They have walked inside the gate of the chief minister's residence. Now that they have gone inside the chief minister's residence, as expected, they must be given a place to sit. So if they are sitting somewhere, there could also be a possibility of the chief minister and other people walking inside that very room. So obviously, we now have to wait for an official confirmation to understand if the meeting has started, and it's been over 40 hours now, 40 minutes.
40 minutes, round about 40 minutes.
It's been over 40 minutes now. So maybe the meeting has started. Maybe I'm saying maybe the meeting has started. Can't really confirm that. But for now, let's do a quick recap as we catch a breath and also grab a bottle of water. Let's do a quick recap of what really transpired on Thursday, what transpired and followed till Saturday, and how Thursday and Saturday has shaped up this very Monday. It's very significant. We understand the chronology of events, and this is the chronology of events. Let's do a quick recap of what happened on Thursday, what followed on Saturday, and how both Thursday and Saturday have shaped up this very Monday evening. This is the first letter, first communication, and it was sent at 6:12 p.m. on Tuesday. So basically, they were expected to come down to Novanno and meet with senior government officials. Second chain of communication. The second chain of communication comes from Chief Secretary in response to the email that was sent at 3:49 a.m. early on Wednesday morning. A response went from the Chief Secretary on Wednesday afternoon. Protesting junior doctors, for the first time, have come down for a meeting with the State Chief Minister, Mamta Banerjee, along with senior officials. Yes, you heard it right. For the past 2 days and plus, there had been a dharna going on outside the health headquarters of the state, that is Shastro Bhavan in Sorle. The meeting has not started. The Chief Secretary is holding a press conference, possibly is highlighting this. Please watch this visual carefully. The Chief Minister is waiting and the meeting has not started. It is
মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্রী ওনাকে সবাইকে সময় দিয়েছিলেন। মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্রী 5টা শিফট থেকে অপেক্ষা করছেন। এখন এই নওদা সরকারে ওয়েট করছেন যাতে ওরা ডিসকাশনের জন্য ভিতরে আসুক। তো ওদের একটা ইস্যু আছে যেটা ওরা বলছে যে মিটিংয়ে লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং করতে হবে। আমরা আমাদের চিঠির মাধ্যমে জানিয়েছিলাম এটা লাইভ স্ট্রিমিং হবে না, আমরা এই ভিডিও রেকর্ডিং করবো যাতে এটা ভালো করে ডকুমেন্টেড থাকে।
মানুষের আবেগের কাছে আমি বলবো, আমি ক্ষমা চাইছি আপনাদের কাছে। আপনারাও আশায় ছিলেন আজকে সমস্যাটা সমাধান হয়ে যাবে। আমি 2 ঘন্টা বসে আছি, আমি 3 দিন ধরে বসে আছি। আমি শুধু একা নই, আমার সাথে হায়েস্ট অফিসিয়ালরা, আমরা প্রথম দিন থেকেই চেষ্টা করে যাচ্ছি। উই ট্রাইড আওয়ার বেস্ট। এরপরে আশা করি জনগণ আমাকে ক্ষমা করবেন আমার এই কটি কথা বলার জন্য। আমাদের নামে আমাকে অনেক অসম্মান করা হয়েছে। মানুষ এসেছিলেন বিচার চাইতে তিলোত্তমার, কিন্তু আশা করি মানুষ বুঝতে পারছেন ওরা বিচার চায় না, ওরা চায় চেয়ার। আমি মানুষের স্বার্থে এমনকি নিজে পদত্যাগ করতেও রাজি আছি। আমার মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর পদ চাই না, কিন্তু আমি চাই মানুষ বিচার পাক, তিলোত্তমা বিচার পাক, আর সাধারণ মানুষ চিকিৎসা পাক। আর তা না হলে কিন্তু আপনাদেরও যেমন আন্দোলন আছে, পরিবারগুলো যদি আমাদের কাছে কৈফিয়ত চাই, আমাদেরও তো কৈফিয়ত দিতে হবে। আমরা তার জন্য তৈরি থাকবো।
আমি বিশ্বাস করি যে পশ্চিমবঙ্গের যেসব সাধারণ মানুষরা আমাদের এই বক্তব্য এখন দেখছেন, তারা যদি দেখেন তারা বুঝতে পারবেন যে এর মধ্যে কোনো ইগো নেই, এর মধ্যে কোনো জেদ নেই, এর মধ্যে কোনো সরকার চেয়ার ফেলে দেওয়ার কোনো সুপ্ত বাসনা নেই, এর মধ্যে কোনো অহংকার নেই, কোনো ঔদ্ধত্য নেই।
এই মুহূর্তে মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায় এসে পৌঁছালো।
আপনাদের দিদি হিসেবে আপনাদের কাছে আমি অনুরোধ করতে এসেছি, মুখ্যমন্ত্রী হিসেবে বলতে আসিনি। আমি আপনাদের দিদি হিসেবে বলতে এসেছি, যাতে আপনারা না ভাবেন হ্যাঁ আমি চিফ মিনিস্টার আছি, আমি একটা পার্টিও বিলংস করি, কিন্তু আপনাদের কাছে এসেছি যদি বলেন অ্যাজ এ চিফ মিনিস্টার, অ্যাজ এ এল্ডার সিস্টার, এবং আপনাদের আন্দোলনের সমব্যথী এবং সমসাথী।
তিন থেকে 3.5 ঘন্টা ওয়েট করেছি। বারবার এসে বলা হয়েছে, আমরা এখানে যাওয়ার আগে কিন্তু বলে গেছিলাম যে আমাদের মেলে লেখা আছে, যে মেলটা আমরা পাঠ করে গেছিলাম, যে আমরা 5 দফা দাবি নিয়ে আলোচনা করব এবং ট্রান্সপারেন্সি এবং স্বচ্ছভাবে আলোচনা করব। আমরা যাওয়ার আগে বলে গেছিলাম ওখানে গিয়ে আমরা আলোচনা করব যে স্বচ্ছতার মানে ওনাদের কাছে কি।
Junior doctors would be coming down. They have already started from Salt Lake and they would be coming down to the Chief Minister's residence. And there would be a meeting between the Chief Minister and the junior doctors. Well, the meeting was expected on Thursday. It did not happen. It did not happen because of the issue. It actually became a contentious one as live streaming would be allowed or not. The bus has come in and there you see the bus has come in, okay, and the bus would be going inside. So look there, all the doctors are now going inside one after the other. All the doctors are going inside one after the other, as you see.
Currently, the representatives of the delegation from the West Bengal's Junior Doctors Front has gone in to hold the much anticipated talk with West Bengal Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee. Now, talks come after Mamta Banerjee made a surprise visit today to Shastro Bhavan in the morning, and she said she comes there from the capacity of not a chief minister but as their didi, which essentially means as their older sister, and advised them to get back to their work. And she also assured them.
So the meeting has not started. The meeting between the junior doctors and the Chief Minister has not started, and it seems like it is once again on the issue of live streaming.
আমাদের প্রতি মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর অবিশ্বাসের কোনো ব্যাপার নেই, বা সাধারণ মানুষের প্রতি মুখ্যমন্ত্রীর কোনো অবিশ্বাসের ব্যাপার নেই। এটা আমাদের প্রতি, আমাদের যে ডক্টরি মাস, যারা ডাক্তারি জনতা, যারা এখন এই মুহূর্তে স্বাস্থ্য ভবনের সামনে রাস্তায় বসে আছে, তাদের কাছে জবাব দেওয়ার জন্য যে আমরা কি কথা বলেছি, এই উত্তরটি অত্যন্ত প্রয়োজন।
Chief Minister has also gone and spoken to the junior doctors. I can confirm the junior doctors are actually waiting right outside the entrance of the residence of of the Chief Minister.
আমি তোমাদের বলি, আমি হাত জোর করে বলছি, যত আসতে প্লিজ এসো, কিন্তু তোমরা ভিজো না। তোমাদের অসুখ করলে আমার খারাপ লাগবে, প্লিজ এসো। অন্তত মিটিং না করো, তোমরা আমার কাছে এক কাপ চা খেয়ে যাও।
The residents of the Chief Minister and the doctors are now coming out. The bus is also taking its position. As you see, the bus would now be taking its position, and all the doctors are expected to go board the bus and go back. That was a quick recap of what really transpired on Thursday and on Saturday, and what brings us again here outside the Chief Minister's residence on this Monday evening. We are still waiting for an official confirmation as whether the meeting has started or not. As I said, we will not be speculating. We know, as a matter of fact, they have gone inside the house of the Chief Minister. So that itself is an indication that they, unlike Saturday, they have walked inside the residence. As as it is expected, if you come to somebody's house, you would be given a place to sit down. And here in this case, because they were 30 odd people or could be more, they must have been given a space to sit down. Now that could be the meeting room, and it is a possibility that the Chief Minister, the Chief Secretary would be walking in. Like the Chief Secretary, the Home Secretary, they have already come down and they have all gone inside. And now that the doctors are also inside, it is expected that the meeting in all likeness would happen. So yes, obviously it is a matter of a lot of interest for one and all at this point in time to understand, not as a matter of fact who is blinking first or who is blinking. It is not an ego battle, as both have maintained. It is not an ego battle, and obviously it is not one-upmanship. It is not one winning over the other. The state has said that they are not here on a fight or on loggerheads with the junior doctors. The junior doctors have maintained that they are also not in a fight with the state government. They want a better, safe, and secure environment for the doctors who are practicing at medical colleges and hospitals across the state. And we've also seen how their fight has also has received acceptance from doctors from all across the country. There are junior doctors from all across the country who have, in a way, supported their movement. There are doctors from all across the country who have supported their movement, and they've also, in a way, issued a statement that if any disciplinary action, any adverse action is being taken against the junior doctors for they having gone on a cease work, then they would also be putting down the pen. They would also be going on a cease work. So at this point in time, yes, the entire focus of the country would obviously be on this meeting, as what transpires in this meeting. Will this meeting be able to end the deadlock, and will there be any kind of a solution out of this meeting? That's something everybody is waiting for. So now, given the fact it's almost an hour that the junior doctors have arrived here, that they have gone inside, it is expected that, like last time, in 1 hour's time, we were pretty much clear that the meeting is not happening. Today, we haven't really seen anything of that sort. Today, we haven't really heard anything of that sort as yet. So maybe both sides have agreed, and both sides have gone inside the meeting room. Again, we would wait for an official confirmation if the meeting has started, and this meeting would also in a way decide. This meeting would also in a way decide as what happens next. Will the deadlock come to an end? Will there be a breakthrough through this meeting? Will the doctors and the state government come on an agreement that would eventually end the cease work that the doctors are into? Please understand, the Supreme Court would be hearing the matter once again tomorrow. And the Supreme Court last time on 9th of September had clearly said that the doctors should get back to their duties by 5 p.m. on Tuesday. If they do not do so, they would be absolutely open to any disciplinary action if at all initiated against them. The Supreme Court, while did not make it part of the order, the observation part of the order, but then the observation of the Supreme Court is also considered to be very, very supreme. So highlighting that the state government had time and again maintained that they should also get back to the work. They should get back to their duties for their own future, for the safety and security of their future. the state government would try and ensure there is proper security apparatus in place. But as far as their future as a doctor is concerned, that should not be hampered because the Supreme Court has made an observation and that observation should be respected. So obviously at this juncture, the eyes are on this very meeting as which way the meeting would go, if the meeting happens at all, whether the junior doctors, repose their faith on the state government and end their cease work and get back to their duties. Again, we have to wait and see. It's been over an hour that the doctors have arrived here, and they have gone inside the house of the chief minister. So obviously, it seems like because there had not been any adverse outcome or inputs of any adverse outcome as yet, maybe the meeting has started. I would again say maybe the meeting has started, but we are not in a position to confirm that the meeting is happening. Again, we will wait for an official confirmation if the meeting has happened or it is happening, and what the outcome of the meeting is. Again, we have to wait and see. Both sides have agreed that there would be minutes of the meeting taken by both sides. The stenographers of the doctors have also been allowed to go inside. So if the meeting happens or if the meeting is happening, the stenographers of the doctors would also be taking down the meetings of the meeting, and thereafter they would also be studied by both sides before they sign on them. So obviously, once they sign on them, it is an endorsement of what has happened inside the meeting, and there is a possibility of that coming out in public. So both sides would be trying to ensure that everything that has been discussed is truthfully documented in the minutes of the meeting, that there is no disagreement as far as the minutes of the meeting is concerned. Whether the agreement happens in the meeting or not, again, we have to wait and see. But as far as the minutes of the meeting is concerned, agreement on that can only happen when both sides study the documentation done by the either side. So the doctors, as they document the minutes of the meeting, as the protocol is, they would be sharing it with the side of the state government. Similarly, the state government, as they do the minutes of the meeting, that too would be shared with the junior doctors, and both sides would be studying the minutes as being documented by either side before giving their approval, before signing on them, before endorsing them. Because as I said, once there is an endorsement of both sides, there is a possibility the minutes of the meeting for also to come out. If it does, as far as the truthfulness of the meeting is concerned and the minutes of the meeting is concerned, that should not become questionable at a later stage. For that, I'm sure both sides will be studying the minutes of the meeting, if at all the meeting is taking place or has taken place. So at this juncture, what you can confirm, it's been over 1 hour, and it's been over 1 hour that the doctors have gone inside. So because the doctors have gone inside the meeting room, obviously it is expected that now that they have gone inside, they must be seated inside a room. And if in that room the chief minister also walks in with the purpose of the meeting, there is a possibility for the meeting to take place. Again, as much as we can confirm that the doctors have gone inside the residence of the chief minister, we are still waiting for an official confirmation to confirm whether the meeting has started or not. I would over to Titash, as I make some quick phone calls and see where things stand and if the meeting has started. So over to you, Titash. Titash, we have seen the kind of curiosity that has built on this very meeting, and it's been over 1 hour that the doctors have gone inside. The curiosity is also, it is a follow-up of what has happened on Thursday and also on Saturday. So obviously people are inquisitive about this very meeting. Several viewers are asking us a lot of questions. Several people have assembled out here. So obviously the curiosity is also an indication as how this issue is significant and important as far as public discourse and public space is concerned.
Absolutely. So this meeting has essentially transpired out of two previous failed meetings, the first one on Thursday and the second one on Saturday. So the meetings, this whole line of meetings that started on Thursday, the meeting on Thursday started when there was an exchange of emails between the West Bengal Chief Secretary and the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front. Now, in the emails that were exchanged between both the parties, the Junior Doctors Front stated that a delegation of 30 people would be attending the meeting, and at the same time they had rallied around the demand for live streaming. Now, this is one demand that the state did not relent to. The state said, citing security issues, and at the same time, they stated that as the matter is sub judice, it is difficult to kind of hold such a meeting of such stature in a public forum, because it can in some way or the other hamper the proceedings of the case. So the doctors, they went to Namanna Shabhagor, they went in the bus, the chief minister was waiting inside. We saw a video that went viral, we saw that Mamata Banerjee was sitting inside, there were empty chairs and tables along with videographers, as was agreed that the state had stated that, although the meeting will not be live streamed, it would be recorded. Now it would be recorded for further documentation. So everyone was waiting, but the doctors did not go in. They squatted right outside Navanna Shabhagor and they were waiting. And the chief minister at the same time was waiting inside the auditorium. Now, what happened after that? The chief minister, after having waited for over 2 hours, she held a press conference. And in the press conference, she stated that if for the welfare of the people of the state she has to resign, she would happily turn down her papers. Having said that,
one second. We have an official confirmation now. We can fire this visual, the graphics full frame. The meeting has started, okay? The meeting has started between the junior doctors. We can fire the graphics full frame. The meeting has started and it's been over 30 minutes that the meeting has already started, and the meeting is currently underway. Now, I also have a video. Here's a video of the doctors walking inside the residence of the chief minister. Let's play this video after we have fired the graphics. This is the video of all the doctors walking inside the residence of the chief minister. I'm also been confirmed they have gone inside the meeting room, and inside the meeting room, obviously the meeting is as expected, is possibly underway now. The chief minister, the chief secretary, the home secretary, they're inside the meeting room. The junior doctors who have come along with the stenographers, they have walked inside the residence of the chief minister, and then they have gone inside the meeting room. So the meeting is currently underway. Let's play the graphics first, and also let's play with the visuals. We have gotten the visual confirmation now. The meeting has started, and the doctors have gone inside the residence of the chief minister. That's the visual. I hope we are playing the visual. So you are playing the graphics at the moment. The meeting has started. Meeting has started, chaired by the chief minister. The meeting has started between the chief minister and the junior doctors. Let's move on to the visuals now, please. Let's move on to the visuals. Play the visual and show us how the junior doctors are walking inside the residence of the chief minister. That video, which has also been shared by all of the media channels, it is a confirmation that the junior doctors have gone inside the residence of the chief minister, and then thereafter they have gone inside the meeting room and the meeting has started. So obviously, yes, kindly play the visual now. We are playing the visual and the video is here. Watch the video carefully. You see the junior doctors are now going inside the residence of the chief minister. So it's been over 30 minutes that the meeting has started. The junior doctors have gone inside the residence of the chief minister. That's the visual. We have an official confirmation now, and the junior doctors have gone inside the meeting room. So the meeting has started, and it's been over 30 minutes that the meeting is currently underway. How long will it take? We cannot really confirm, but you're waiting for an official confirmation as what really now transpires from the meeting. So follow the chronology. A couple of minutes back, you were saying that we cannot confirm as whether they have gone inside the house or not. We had a confirmation, and he said that they have gone inside. Now we have a visual proof of they walking inside the residence of the chief minister, and now we also have a confirmation that they have gone inside the meeting room. And thus, we now change the goalpost. Whether the meeting is happening from that, as what would this meeting lead to? So again, for that, you have to wait for a confirmation, because both sides, they would be signing on the minutes of the meeting, and we are not really sure if they would be issuing any joint statement or either side would issue any statement soon after the meeting gets over. But yes, at this point in time, the very significant, crucial meeting is currently underway between the chief minister, the chief secretary, basically the state government of West Bengal, and the protesting junior doctors who had been on a cease work for over 37 days now, for roughly about 37 days now. So yes, this is the first time that both sides have come on the talking table after two failed attempts on Thursday and Saturday. Now we have this visual proof which shows that the doctors have gone inside the residence of the chief minister. They have also gone inside the meeting room. So obviously it is expected. The meeting is currently underway now. What the meeting transpires to, again, we have to wait and see. But yes, this is the first time that the junior doctors have come on the talking table with the state government, and there is a possibility that can also end the deadlock. Now, whether the deadlock ends or not, we have to wait and see. But at this juncture, we do have a confirmation that the meeting has started. Please follow our reportage from Thursday to Saturday to now. We have only and only relied on facts. Some of the questions and observations you have raised might not have pleased some, but that haven't stopped us from only and only resorting to facts and facts alone. So here tonight, as far as the facts are concerned, obviously the junior doctors have gone inside the residence of the Chief Minister, and thereafter they have also gone inside the meeting room. The Chief Minister, the Chief Secretary, they too have gone inside the meeting room, and the meeting is currently underway. 5 minutes back, I was told it's been over 30 minutes that the meeting has started, which means now, after having spoken to you for another 5 minutes, it would mean 35 minutes gone that the meeting has started. Not really sure how long will it take and what could transpire out of the meeting. But yes, obviously, it is very, very significant because today is the first time that the junior doctors have come on the talking table with the Chief Minister, with the state government, over a stalemate which has been on for over 35 days now. We know that brutal rape and murder of the junior doctor or the medical student.
39 days.
Absolutely. So 9th of August that happened, and thereafter we have also seen how between the intervening 9th of August 14 and August 15, there was that mob vandalism inside the RG Medical College premises, precisely in the same building, where on the 4th floor you had the seminar room, the scene of crime. Thereafter, the doctors had absolutely gone on a cease work, saying that if they are not secured inside the hospital, if the hospital, which itself is a crime scene, is not a safe place, then how can they be sure of their own security when they get back to work, and especially when they are reeling under the shock and the horror of the brutal rape and murder of 31-year-old PGT medical student of RG Medical College and Hospital. So obviously, from then to now, the stalemate has continued, where junior doctors had maintained a cease work, while intermittently they had started Abhaya Clinic as a telecommunication services, telemedicine services. That apart, they have also been suggesting that they are trying to ensure that the emergency services remain operational, mostly relying on the senior doctors. But then it is a matter of fact that several people have faced inconvenience. Quoting the state government, about 29 people have lost their lives, for who the state had already issued a compensation, a one-time financial assistance of rupees 2 lakh to 2 lakh. Thereafter, the state is on record that over 1 lakh people are directly, indirectly affected because of the cease work, and that's the reason, clinging onto the Supreme Court order, they have urged upon the junior doctors over and over again to get back to their duties, which hasn't been the case as yet, which hasn't happened as yet. So that's why this meeting is very, very significant. As you stay on with these visuals, it's very important to understand that this is the first time the junior doctors have come on a talking table with the Chief Minister, with the state government, and this can also bring an end to the stalemate. Will it happen or not? We have to wait and see. But for now, we have the official confirmation that the junior doctors have walked inside the meeting room. The meeting is currently underway. It's close to 40 minutes that the meeting is currently underway. And obviously, both sides would be documenting the minutes of the meeting, which would eventually be shared with both sides, with the either side rather, and thereafter, as they endorse by signing on them, as being demanded by the junior doctors, it would be official as what has transpired in that meeting. Will it really end the deadlock? Again, it is a subject of speculation now, because for the past so many days, be it on Thursday or Saturday, apart from the blame game, we have also seen failed attempts of meeting, and that only ensured that the cease work had continued, that had only ensured that stalemate continues. So as we speak now, the stalemate still on. What is happening inside the meeting room? Again, we have to wait for an official confirmation, and thereafter we would be in a better position with a better clarity as which way it is going and will the deadlock end or not. But for now, as you stay with these visuals, this is an official confirmation that the junior doctors have gone inside the meeting room, and they are also partaking in the meeting chaired by the Chief Minister herself, and also along with the Chief Secretary, the Home Secretary. So yes, at this juncture, Titash, it is very, very significant to understand that it has been a very long wait for this to happen. Previously, we had seen how junior doctors had been asking for a meeting. The state had also been asking for a meeting, but somehow it was not working out. And both Thursday and Saturday, it almost became like they came this close to the meeting, and yet the meeting never happened. So today, the Monday, as the meeting is currently underway, all eyes will now be on what is happening inside the room and what essentially transpires out of the meeting.
Exactly. So, the meeting which people were waiting with much anticipation has finally started, and the outcome is yet to be known. But for record, the meeting has started, and people have been waiting for this particular meeting for over 39 days now. It has been 39 days since the brutal rape and murder of the 31-year-old PGT doctor, since when the cease work had started. following which the Supreme Court had on September 9 directed the junior doctors to get back to work by September 10th, 5 p.m. The doctors did not, and they continued with their protest and with their demonstrations, and they went on a Shastro Bhavan Obhijan, which is a march onto the Shastro Bhavan, which is the health secretariat in the state. Now, after the Shastro Bhavan march started, they started camping outside on the road leading to Shastro Bhavan, and they have been doing so since Monday. Last Monday, they had gone on their Obhijan, and since then they had been camping outside, and they were joined by students across the city as well as civilians in their movement. But in an order to end this impasse and break this deadlock, there have been a series of communications between the state and the protesting junior doctors. There have been a series of mails which have been exchanged between both the bodies. Now, a direct result of this exchange of series of mails was the failed meeting of Thursday. On Thursday, the junior doctors representing the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front went down to Nabanno and stopped their bus in front of Nabanno Sabhaghar while the chief minister was waiting inside. There was a video that later went on out that showed that chief minister along with her leaders was waiting inside, but the doctors did not go in. The point of contention being live streaming. The doctors were very firm on their demand, and they said that as long as the meeting is not live streamed, they would not go in for a discussion. But the state had mentioned that the meeting would not be live streamed, and for documentation purposes, the meeting would be recorded and kept. But the doctor said to ensure utmost transparency, it is of pivotal importance that the meeting be live streamed. Now, the point of contention was live streaming. Now, this demand is a demand which the state did not relent to, and eventually the meeting failed. The doctors went back to their protest site, which was in Shastro Bhavan, and continued with the sit-in demonstration. Cut to Friday. There was again a series of exchanges between both the parties. And on Saturday, Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee made an unannounced surprise visit at the protest site at Shastro Bhavan, which is in Salt Lake. And she said that she comes there from the capacity not of the Chief Minister, but from the capacity of their Didi or their older sister. And she urged the doctors to resume their duties, as she stated that, the direct result of the siege work are the people who are essentially bearing the brunt of the siege work, who are coming to treatment to such government-run medical colleges and hospitals. So she said that if the doctors get back to their duty, she assured them that she would look into their grievances and their demands, and punishment would be given to anyone found guilty. She also reiterated her stance that she too, along with the protesting doctors, is on the same page, which is demanding justice for the 31-year-old life, which was so brutally cut short. Now, after Mamta Banerjee left the protest site in Salt Lake, an email was sent from the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front to the Chief Secretary, which stated that they welcome this gesture by West Bengal Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee, and they would, at the earliest, would like to hold meetings with them, because they too want to go back and resume their duties. Following which, a meeting was called. A meeting was called at Mamta Banerjee's house in Kalighat. The doctors came down for the meeting. They went inside. They went inside the lane which leads to Mamta Banerjee's house. However, the meeting once again fell through because the doctors were waiting outside the door of the residence of the Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee. Once again, point of contention being video recording and live streaming. While live streaming was not an option, the doctors this time had brought along with them a video recorder, and they had said that both parties be allowed to record the proceedings of the meeting. To which they were said that this is Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee's personal residence, and citing security issues, the recording was not allowed. There were talks and counter talks between both the parties, and Mamta Banerjee had come out during this 3-hour-long wait, and she had requested the protesting junior doctors and asked them to come inside and wait because it was raining outside. And she said that in case, even if you do not have a conversation, just come and have a cup of tea, and then we will see where it goes from here. But the doctors did not go in. At around 9 o'clock, the doctors agreed to the clauses put forth by the state and said that we would go for the meeting, but the minutes of the meeting would be recorded, from each articulately recorded, and both parties present in the meeting would sign it. But then already over 3 hours had passed by them, and the Chief Secretary, Manoj Pant and Chandrima Bhattacharya, were leaving Mamta Banerjee's house and said that today's opportunity is lost, and therefore the meeting fell through. The doctors, while leaving Mamta Banerjee's house, stated that they were disappointed, and because they were hoping that this impasse could be breached through dialogue. and mentioned that they would like to hold a meeting with Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee in order to be able to address their demands and grievances before them, in a way volleying the ball towards the state's court. On Monday, the Chief Secretary once again sent a mail to the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front stating that this is the fifth and the final invite to a meeting with the Chief Minister, and the same delegation which had come to her house on Saturday was once again invited to come to her house today. And the email clearly stated that video recording or live streaming would not be allowed, and minutes of the meeting would be shared. Now, to which the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front 2 again sent a comprehensive letter detailing out all their demands. They firstly stated they are asking for live streaming. If live streaming does not happen, then recording of the meeting. If recording does not happen, then both parties would be allowed to record copiously record both the minutes of the meeting, and then it would be signed by each and every person from both parties present at the meeting. After that, another email was sent from the Chief Secretary's office, who stated that okay, fine, we are okay with the minutes being signed, and we are waiting for a meeting between both parties, a much anticipated meeting in order to break this deadlock. So the doctors once again replied back to this particular email and stated that they would bring along with them two professional stenographers who would, in quite articulate details, take down the happenings of the meeting in the form of minutes, and then that would be signed by both parties. Cut to, the doctors came down to Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's house, and the bus last time had dropped them off in front of the lane that leads to her house. But this time around, the bus went all the way in front of her house, and the doctors got off there, and eventually they went inside. They went inside Mamata Banerjee's residence, and the meeting started. The meeting between both parties, that is between Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and the state, and the representatives of the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front, the ones who had been protesting for the past 39 days and have ceased work in protest. The meetings have started. Now, the doctors have put forth their 5 demands before the Chief Minister, and the one that reigns supreme amongst all the demands is justice for Abhaya, the 31-year-old PGT doctor who was brutally raped and murdered. They also demand for the resignation of Vineet Goyal, the health secretary, and at the same time have mentioned that they want a safe and conducive workspace for themselves. So currently the meeting is underway, and almost everyone is waiting with bated breath to see what exactly transpires out of this meeting.
Well, Titash, it seems like it's going to take very, very long, because if there are 30 people who have gone inside, 30 plus people who have gone inside the meeting room, and if each person speaks for about 5 minutes, it's going to be 150 minutes over there, which is more than 2 hours. Then you have the state they would be talking. So it seems like it would take really long. Thereafter, the minutes of the meeting would be studied by one and all. That would take a lot of time, because scrutiny of such documents take a lot of time. So what we would do is we would end this live broadcast. We also thank all our viewers who are connected with us, and we are hoping that you would connect back with us as soon as we come back on live. We would be coming back on live as soon as there is some development, and when you get when you get a sense that the meeting would either end or the doctors would come out, and in case you get to hear something as the inside story, we would come back to live ASAP. But for now, in order to save the battery of the phone and of course these little equipments, we would try and end this live broadcast now. In fact, our one of our mics got damaged last time. One of our mics got damaged last time because it was pouring so heavily. So yes, let's save on the resources for the live to continue, no matter how long it takes or how long the meeting lasts. For now, we're just ending this live broadcast. We thank all our viewers for connecting with us, but you have our assurance that our second live would be happening from this very spot as soon as the meeting gets over. For now, thank you so much.